Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages. Welcome to this, the Friday Night Chaos stream for the 8th of February, 2019. I am your MC for this evening, Scooby331. Thank you very much for joining us as we go in and foray through another week of what's been going on in this little corner of the world. As always, I'm joined this evening by our panel. Now, for those of you this is the first time that you joined in the show, how we work it out is I'm going to read off the panels. I see them on my screen. Please pay attention as their avatars light up because the way that they appear is not going to be the same on your screen. And also, once you see who each of these people are, I would like you, please, if you're not subscribed to them already, please subscribe to them because, of course, as always, this show is nothing without the panel. I'm just the MC. So without further ado, let me just bring us through our panel. Starting off, we have with us, I really like streaming with this young man because, honestly, when I was his age, I didn't know shit. And he knows pretty much as me, if not more. Time to speak. Time, how are you doing, man?
Hello, everybody. I swear I'll work on that Yugoslavia video eventually. I've been meaning to, but forgetting about it. Or not having optimum recording
You
time.
just don't want to do it.
I'm
I
actually
still have to send
chomping at
that
the
to
bit.
Irv.
Yeah, I'm chomping at the bit to watch that one myself. You know, after watching the Republic video, which I was pleasantly surprised, I'm really looking forward to this one. And of course, next we have with us another guy I like streaming with. He's here with us constantly. Tara's little brother, American Celt. Celt, how are you?
Okay.
How is everything? How was your week? Good.
Going to a con later this month, and one of the anime voice actors was kicked out.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh yeah, it seems like it's over bullshit. I think his name is Vic Mignogna.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Mignogna, that name sounds familiar.
Edward Elric, Crow from Ruby.
I don't watch dubs, so...
I know exactly the voice he's talking about.
Oh, Level E, that's where I remember it. That's an interesting one about an alien that just dicks with a guy.
Apparently he's been Me Too.
Oh, for God's sake. Well, I tell you what, then. Once we get into it, definitely elaborate more on that story, because I'm curious now. And next off we have, and I love this guy's avatar. This is one of my favorite avatars. We got the mechanic with us. What's going on, bro?
I think he's dead.
Either that or he's probably raiding the fridge, because that's like, what, Nano, are you eating chips? Because I'm hearing bags crinkling.
You're here, I'm eating Cheetos.
Awesome.
Cheetos, share them.
Oh, there he is.
Some.
No, they're just a little, like, individual serving bag, damn
Are you
it.
sure you want some? Are you sure they're not too much like the president?
Oh, and finally, last but not least, we have Scooby in stereo tonight. As always, for those of you who aren't aware, my laptop that I use was not even $200, and it was only supposed to last like a year. I've stretched it so far. I think this is going on year 4 or 5. So every once in a while, it'll just shut down. So I can't host a hangout. If anyone's curious why Tara is wearing a Scooby suit, it's because she actually has to host while I MC. So we've been doing it this way for about a month or two because my computer just righteously decided to give me the finger. So, but anyway, Tara, how are you? How is everything?
I'm alright. I'm tired.
Yeah, I know you've been really busy lately the past week. And yeah, it's been a busy week for myself. I don't really like to talk about myself too much, but this is something I just want to talk about because it's in regards to my favorite topic, actually, dealing with the state. So, yeah, I was supposed to start back at college this past week, but there was a big snafu, and I have to go up this week and see about enrolling in night classes because I got locked out of day classes. Let's say the day of enrollment, the last day to enroll was, I think, I want to say the 4th or the 5th. Let's just to throw out a date. Let's say the 4th. all the pertinent paperwork came to me from the state on the 5th. So, yeah, I got everything I needed the day after I needed it. Literally once again, every single paper I needed. So I had contacted my lawyer, but I'm going to have to contact him again tomorrow. And now I have to travel to go bring paperwork to refile to show that it wasn't me, the one that is on the state again. So that's
like
basically
with Medicaid.
I'm sorry?
No, it sounds like me with trying to deal with getting Medicaid.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of pain and suffering and a couple hours of paperwork.
Yeah, well, really quick, just to recap, you're aware of like my situation because my name just happens to be, even though my father was Sicilian, the family name, it's Spanish. It's a different spelling. There's literally a difference of a letter in Spanish, but otherwise my name is Spanish. And for whatever reason, Spanish people tend to use the Sicilian spelling a lot, specifically from the Dominican Republic and El Salvador. So in my state, there is some variation of my name, either first name, middle name, or last name, or some combination of first name and last name, or, you know, different middle name, etc. But there's some permutation of my name. There is about, I think the number was 48,000 undocumented with some variation of my name in the New York metro area, which is New York State, New Jersey, and Connecticut. So there's about 48,000 undocumented with the same name as me. At the college campus I was going to, with the same exact name as me, just at the one campus. There's 3 campuses in the one county. At the one campus, there's 5 with the same name as me. And there is another, I think, 6 with a different middle name, but the same first and last name. And I'm the only one who has a social security number, so I get all this mail in Spanish and Portuguese for these other students, because none of the student ID numbers match mine. So that's the problem I'm having with. That's one part of the problem I'm having with the state, because New York State wants me to get a job. Well, excuse me, New York State Comp wants me to get a job, but whatever the department is that handles insuring people won't insure me because I'm an insurance risk because of my injury. But there's no communication going between Comp and the department that does the insuring, because there's just no inter-office communication. So one office isn't telling the other one, stop trying to make him get a job, we're not going to insure him. So this is the goat rodeo I've been going through for 10 years. And the way to break the cycle is to get back into college. But because of all the goddamn undocumented illegals here, I can't get back into college because I keep getting mail for kids who are 17 years old and only speak Portuguese.
Then what the fuck are they doing going to school if they can't speak the language the classes are going to be taught in?
That's what I'm saying. Bro, I've got to get a fucking. I got the GoPro now. I'm going to go down to the campus and I'm going to go in and film in their English as a second language wing. It's also the first wing that they installed the all gender bathrooms. So yeah.
Wait. Okay. So you're telling me that they put the I don't know what bathroom to pee in the ESL, which I'm gonna say is majoritarily Spanish, and most Spanish-speaking cultures are extremely gendered. There is no outside of America. There's no concept of Latinx. That is a goddamn fucking first world problem.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in like Brazil and like Mexico and like anywhere else, this fucking, the idea of fucking trans people is, okay, we'll just, you know, dig a hole.
Yeah. And it's not just Spanish people in that. It's also, there's Asians, like from all Asia, including, you know, the brown folks, not just the yellow folks from Asia proper, you know. And for people, before they all get into a snit about that, we're actually talking about pigmentation. That's why they refer to people from Asia as having yellow, because there's actually yellow pigmentation to their skin. White and black and brown aren't the only ones, and olive and tan. There's a lot of different things on the spectrum. Hey, what's going on, Bobby? And yeah, if you go into this wing, it's all people from like different parts of the country. Different parts of the world, and yeah, that's where they decided to stick the trans bathrooms. And no one ever uses them because of, like you said, all these different cultures are specifically gendered. And to me, it's like, why are you going to put it there? It's like putting a Slim Jim dispenser in the vegan dorm. You know, it's going to go to waste.
Why don't you use it then? It's probably the cleanest.
No, I think actually they haven't been cleaning it. And I'll be completely honest. I think that some of these... the feminists have been going there out of solidarity because it fucking stinks like a ladies' locker room.
Yeah.
Well, I bet they're free bleeding, so they probably can't smell it over them. That or they're used to it.
I don't know. That college is fucking crazy. I think I showed you guys last semester. The one professor, I'm sitting in his class, and it turned out he was a fucking communist. He was having like Marxist rallies in his classroom after class.
It doesn't surprise me, man. It doesn't.
Yeah, the flyers he was handing out around campus said one faculty, one resistance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
remember you mentioned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it's funny. These fuckers never had a problem with Trump until he was president.
Yeah. And what amazes me is I have a communist professor that drives an AMG Mercedes.
Oh yeah, you know, it's communism for you. They're part of the party elite, so they're gonna have the big you know, the big the $150,000 Mercs.
Yeah.
You know.
Unbelievable, man.
And yes, I know how much an AMG Mercedes costs.
Yeah. Well, I looked at
They
one of
spit
my...
the things out like crazy.
Yeah. I was actually looking at one years ago when I was first going into graduate school. I was thinking about getting one of those things. Again, you know, it's not even so much because of a lot of people like, oh, it's a Mercedes. It's so ritzy. For me, it was just because, I mean, I look at, you know, I'm going to say it, and I'm going to be completely honest about this. I look at the Germans are good at making guns, and they're good at making vehicles. And
I can
seriously.
argue the gun point because H&K makes fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
And their customer service is absolutely awful. And I just
pain in the ass.
Yeah, I just pissed off every H&K fanboy, but I don't give a fuck. Because when you built the G3, you motherfuckers, and it can only fire 7.62 by 5.1 and not 308 ammo, you done fucked up. But I will say this.
The SAL any day.
And well, I mean, I've got a fucking. If I'm gonna have to carry a G3 pattern weapon, I'm gonna just buy a PTR, because at least then I can feed it any kind of fucking ammunition I want and not have to worry about it. But another thing is when you're dealing with the when you're dealing with things like the goddamn when you're dealing with the Mercedes. The reason I bought an AMG Mercedes is it's cheaper than a fucking BMW M5. It's faster than an M5, and it's about $15,000 less than an M5.
And you probably can get it with a V12.
No, it's only a 6.3 liter V8, but that's
Only.
yeah, but it's a naturally aspirated V8, so
Yeah, versus a turbo you get in the Beamer.
yeah, so no turbo lag.
Yeah, like me personally, that's exactly the reasons I was looking at it. It was just across the board. I mean, it was just such a great machine when they first came out a few years ago. I'm going back like when they really first came out. Like, you remember when the movie Willard came out in the theaters?
No,
Yeah.
because the first AMG Mercedes were coming out in like the 60s and 70s, dude. That's
No,
when
the
they're out.
new generation that they came out with. Well, anyway, the ones I'm talking about, it was like they relaunched. It was right around when they did the relaunch of the Maybach Marquis.
Oh yeah. Let's drag up a dead German manufacturing a Marquis and make a super expensive Mercedes S-Class.
Yeah, that's I remember that's when I was looking at them originally. You know what? And to be fair, because I was in the market for a new car, and aside from our trucks, American cars really we still had not bounced back, in my opinion, from that late 20th century lag we were going through for a little while. You know, that's the only thing that had me looking at German cars. I'll tell you this much though: now that we got Trump as president, you're not going to see me looking at anything that ain't American. Ford all the way.
Yeah, I'm still not buying an American car, simply on the lines of nothing American car pumps out is exciting. I mean,
Or American.
yeah. I mean, I'll buy American trucks because the Japanese full-size trucks are just nah, and little trucks are for fucking cities, or they're off-road toys, and I've got enough off-road toys. I mean, there ain't no fucking Toyota that can outmud my fucking T72. So
yeah, you know,
I kind of wish we still got the Hilux.
You know, somebody like one of these SJWs copped an attitude with me, like, "Oh, you're racist," because they were talking to me about what is Toyota's gigantic truck, the Titan, right?
No, that's Nissan, the Tundra.
The Tundra, okay. Someone was talking to me about it may even have been the Nissan Titan then, but it was one of those big, gigantic Japanese trucks. And it was a buddy of mine, Bert. And Bert says to me, he's like, "What do you think of the truck?" I go, "Well, Bert, it's a beautiful truck. I mean, they were brand new. They just came out with it." And I said to him, "But I'll be completely honest with you. I'm a little bit skeptical about wanting to drive a vehicle that was designed by people that it's physically impossible for them to drive the thing." He said,
No, but it wasn't designed by people that physically are impossible to drive it. It was designed by Americans. It's built in fucking Texas. Yeah, nothing in the Tundra is Japanese. We're the only...
I didn't know that because my thought was I figured all these Japanese guys were sitting there with like phone books and blocks on the pedals and shit trying to drive this fucking thing.
No, the whole thing came out of the Toyota Texas plant. Designed from abortion.
Bobby, is your microphone working?
I don't know yet.
Okay, good. I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yep, you good. How's it going?
That's okay. I'm trying to get the camera situated here. These damn Japanese products.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is Japanese. Okay.
No, more likely it's Chinese.
I know my father had fun with some Chinese parts.
Yeah.
Because his Mini was breaking as the Mini does. No, so he replaced the full fuel pump with a $150 one because you know what could possibly go wrong. Surprise, something went wrong. Time for an $800 one instead.
You know, I never thought I'd live to see myself saying it, but I thank God my father isn't alive right now for the fact that we got all this shit in this country that's all made by communists, all this freaking Chinese shit.
Well, you know what? Stop giving them favorable trade deals.
Yeah, seriously.
Because we can't undercut them because they don't pay their fucking workers.
Yeah. It's all slave labor over there. That's why they got to put nets outside the fucking factories because they're trying to leap to their deaths. What's going on, Patches? Oh, you want snackies, don't you? All right. Hey, give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I got to feed the damn dog again.
How many times a day does the dog have to eat? Only feed mine twice.
Yeah, we
Same
feed our
here.
cat twice a day. Maybe they'll get a snack at lunch, but that's if we're generous.
I mean, you know, there's enough fucking dog. I mean, dog food's fucking expensive. I mean, it's 2 dogs cost me almost $150 a week to feed the damn things.
Maybe he's fattening it up for when New York City becomes Venezuela.
I don't know about that one. I mean, you know, ACO's crazy and all, but you know, she's not gonna.
She's containable.
Yeah, she's containable. I mean, her own party is basically shitting on her already. So.
Yeah, but what about the governor?
What does the governor have to do with state fucking with ACO? I mean, and Kumo can't get too far out of control because it's New York. I mean, yeah, you know, you draw. See, here's the thing: he's only going to stay in power until he runs everybody out of all the manufacturing that's left in New York out. So you know, runs a couple more businesses out. He's out. Because all of a sudden you don't have tax base. I mean, you guys make it out like these guys have more power than they actually do.
Well, everything's always the end of the world, and people tend to overreact.
Yeah, I mean, according to ACO, the world's going to end in 10 years, so or 12.
Good.
Oh, wait a minute. I get ACO is that donkey face broad from New York, right?
Yeah.
With the Mansonites. Oh, now I know who you're talking about. Yeah, she's nuts. She's too nuts even for the Democrats.
Yeah, they're kicking her, basically telling her to go fuck off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
she's
too
worthless.
insane. No, she just got. That was another fluke. She got hired or voted into some ward or whatever where she lived out of. Just a scumhole anyway.
No, she got voted into it
Yeah,
because the vast majority of the voters don't speak fucking English.
I know it's a dirtball precinct or whatever. And it was at the Bronx or Brooklyn or some shithole in New York.
That's the Bronx.
Yeah, so fuck her.
Although
No
she
place
grew,
where I got stabbed.
although she grew up in the district that of $750,000 houses. So
Yeah, that was all bullshit about her life and stuff and her parents and all that stuff. But the media won't call her on it because she's another one of the favorites, one of Dolly's, one of the princesses of the media.
yeah, basically, everybody's like, "Oh, she's so brave." I'm like, "She's not brave. You know what she is? She's a whiny little bitch."
She's a dirtball. Even from Pelosi, she's too fucking wild.
Well, Pelosi made sure because as Speaker of the House, she gets to decide on who's on what committee, and ACO or Alicia, whatever, fucking
Donkey face.
and donkey face, whatever, wanted to be on the Environmental Change Committee, and that was the last place she was going to. I don't even think she's even on any committee assignments. I'm about to look it up though.
Oh, Burnside's here.
Hey guys.
Hey, Burns.
Hey, how's it
Hey,
going,
Are
man?
you coming over tomorrow or Sunday?
Tomorrow.
What time?
I should probably be up around 1, unless Arkansas decides it wants to freeze over again like last week and try and kill us.
Oh, 1 o'clock. Oh, you're getting up early then tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna
All
try
right.
and get up early.
Good. All
Yeah.
right, I could be ready. Yeah, we can knock episode 7 out.
Yeah, because I know we're about halfway done with it. Lawrence and the guys were asking. I gave them the map and that, and they seem to dig it so far.
Hey, I noticed on the internet there's some wiki. I think you pronounce it like that. Some wiki, Republic of Kakistan or New Republic. They got some new sites going.
Yeah.
And I told them fucking termites, don't start any shit, don't cause any enemies, because I'll take you down. I'll destroy you again like I did in that other site you had. I told them I'd take you right down. Don't insult people. Don't make enemies of people. People want to stop and chat. Let them chat. Don't call their mothers nigga and all this other crazy shit and make fun of this, make fun of that. Nah, because I'll take them down again.
All right. Well, I'll keep you posted with what goes on because I know Lawrence and House are making ones about the show. And as far as I know, from what I've seen with their work, they're so far they're not doing anything retarded like the rest of the termites were.
Yeah, well, you know what? You don't call people names like that. You get on the chat and all of a sudden some kid in his mother's basement is calling you a nigga. Nah, that's not gonna play. You gotta grow up. You can't act like that. And we went to Steve's tonight.
You went to Steve's? How'd it go?
Fine. I had fish dinner and people had turkey, chicken, and whatever. And we were playing the trivia.
Nice.
We didn't do so good. We went second last 2 weeks ago or whatever, but we didn't. We left it halfway through it anyway. Because I said, well, I'm not staying. Once I'm losing that bit, we were literally 30. Some team had 30. We had 17. I said, well, I'm not going to waste my brain power on this trivia shit. I'm down over half as many points now. I got out. We left.
At least you're not putting money on it. I mean, shit.
No, you don't lose any money now.
Yeah, no, I'm fucking terrible at trivia. My fucking weak point, man.
No, this ACO does not sit. She sits on the oversight committee and the banking committee, and that's it.
Oh yeah, she tried to fuck with these people on the banking committee. They'll shut these banks down. They're not going to put up with that shit. They'll take their toys and go home.
Well, yeah, they basically put her in where she'll have minimal influence and power.
You talking about my representative there?
What a
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh,
Basically,
Cortez.
That fucking commie bum.
Oh, what's she doing this time? Was she
Well,
trying
they're
to
not
go and
gonna-
tell
she
Pink?
got a new Greenpeace deal or some stupid thing. Very tyrannical. This goofy bitch is a tyrant. I read some
Yeah.
of the stuff. She's a tyrant. She's gonna cut your balls off. She hates white males. Believe me, she is out to cut balls off.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, in all fairness, she's nothing and nobody. Her own party's already eviscerated her. I wouldn't be surprised if she isn't reelected.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because one of the things I've been reading is the New York State Democrats. They're getting rid of her. Like, this is the thing. They don't want socialism. Not the New York State Democrats. This is the problem. You see, the ones in Cali, the Cali Democrats, they want full-blown communism. New York State just wants money. That's all the state cares about. They're a police state. Their interest is now and always has been money. That's all they're interested in. So Ocasio-Cortez, she wasn't supposed to win. But what her people did, which was actually really smart on their part, they were going around and they were going to like the Catholic churches and they were going around to the soup kitchens, and that's where they campaigned for her.
Yeah.
And yeah, they got all the people that it's fucked up, but I'm gonna say this because I don't care. I know for a fact that they were going around to the Home Depots and the Lowe's and the Ace Hardwares, and they were getting all of the day laborers that hang out by the entrance signs, and that's who went and voted for her.
Well, they're going to promise shit that they can't deliver.
Yeah.
Well, that's what all politicians do. So.
Well, basically what they promised them is elect this retard, and we're going to take this county away from the Anglos.
Yeah,
That's
well,
exactly what they told them. Meanwhile, joke's on them. That neighborhood, mostly black.
Yeah, it's got to be
A lot
shit
of
area.
Irish. A lot of Irish in that area, but mostly black. And like they don't realize, you see, black folks in New York, it's not like the rest of the country. They're hip. They're hip. They've been here for a while, and they're not stupid. They know the Democrats are full of shit. And like you got to realize, if you go up into Harlem,
Wait, black and they know that Democrats are full of shit? Holy fuck, what an
you
enigma.
go to Harlem and they're not New Yorkers. They're from Maryland. They're all from like Baltimore. They're all from like Atlanta. They're all the well-to-do blacks from down south that move up into Harlem. You go into Brooklyn, though, and you go to the outskirts. You don't go to that fucking new eyesore that Jay-Z made up over by the Barclays Center. No, you don't go to that mini Manhattan. You go out to Flatbush, you find yourself a black guy who's working 2 jobs trying to take care of his family. Yeah, he's going to give you an earful about what he thinks of Sharpton, believe me. You got to find the guys who are working the loading docks and talk to them. You don't want to talk to these stuffs. Look, you see a black guy in New York, and he's wearing a 3-piece suit, and he's got a look on his face like somebody pissed in his coffee. He's a Democrat. You don't want to talk to him. You see a guy, he's wearing his working clothes, he's got a newspaper tucked under his arm, and he looks like he's in a decent mood. Guarantee you he's a conservative. You can talk to him. Yeah, you got to use the same rule of thumb. You see, that's the thing. People, they go to the whole black-white thing. It's a bunch of horse shit. You got to use the rule of thumb of how the man's stance is, his body language, how he's dressed. After that, I don't give a fuck if he's Hindu. Seriously, the way the man is dressed is going to tell you loads about like what walk of life he comes from.
Makes sense to me. It sounds like basic sociology.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to this black cab driver the other day. I'm in the car with him. And had nothing but good things to say about President Trump because all he kept saying was over and over, these motherfuckers are moving into my neighborhood and taking jobs from me and my family, me and my friends. Like, we don't got, they're coming into our neighborhoods. Seriously.
Oh, yeah, I love the State of the Union. I love the fact where he said, okay, we're not going to be a socialist country, and he politely said, yeah, fuck communism. And that we fought several wars so that we can be free. No one's going to fucking take it from us. I love this shit out of it.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was that guy I sent you that picture of. Later on, it's like, oh yeah, he was one of the guys at D-Day. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the left is officially lost, in my opinion. That they're on the ropes. We got to keep hammering them. Like, honestly, as long as he doesn't do any crazy shit on Twitter, for like until they seal the deal with that fucking Wicked Witch of the West, Pelosi. Seriously. Did you see? That's part of the reason I chose the title for the stream tonight, the Union of the States, because Pelosi's actually reaching across the aisle on this fucking border deal.
Good. I remember you sending me that article earlier. I never got the chance to read it. We're out and about trying not to die over here. Oh, fucking frozen shit, fucking Bobby. How many people did we lose today just because of the fucking cold?
No, there's a lot. It's just cold. It's gonna warm up though. It's cold tonight.
I don't know. By us, it's supposed to snow
It's
soon.
about 10, I think.
So,
Yeah, Burnside, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I see that you're wearing Schmeckel's fez. Did you steal his symbols too?
No.
Okay, I couldn't resist.
It's all good. No.
Is that your hat? What did you do? You upgraded it?
Oh yeah, this was one of the other ones.
Yeah, that's a
Basically,
different one, isn't it? That's a newer one.
yeah, that's the new one. Yeah, I still got my old one on the wall there. This is the newer one. You see, back before I beat the living shit out of it, the hat that I had actually looked really nice like this one. It didn't have the goofy U in it because I beat the hell out of it. But
Right.
yeah, it even had the tassel. Ever tell you guys I lost the tassel on that hat?
No, you never did.
I
Oh,
ripped it off.
no,
I had
almost
to.
as bad. Basically, what happened is, the guys and I were over at the bar. This was back when the bar used to be around. They called it Mug's Bunny, back in the old neighborhood, and great bar. They didn't give a flying fuck if you were like a couple inches outside the door, so, smoking and shit, because it's like, they really didn't give a shit. Had all the beers I liked on tap, Guinness, Green Line, the whole fucking 9 yards and everything. Great fucking beer. And I'm sitting there, I'm talking to the guys, I'm smoking my pipe, and the next thing I know, like, I'm talking to them, and I just get like bigger, and bigger. And the guy who was standing across from me is like, he's like giving me this look, and like before I can ask him, what the fuck's your problem? Takes my hat off, stomps the shit out of it, puts it back on my head, and I just see little bits of tassel fall out. I'm like, oh shit. And he's like, yeah, dude, you accidentally set your head on fire.
Oh, so you basically, I did that to this mask that I'm wearing. I did that like last week. I was smoking the pipe, and I had the face plate flipped up, and yeah, it caught on fire really quick.
Nice one, Scoob.
Yeah, that's why I actually ordered a new mask. Not one like this though, because this is actually just for show. I can't wear this one out in public just because someone can rip it off because it's kind of flimsy. But the one I ordered was like a real authentic goalie mask. But the problem is I only got it for like $4 or $5 because it was from China. The thing of it is, it's made for a Chinese guy. I put it on and I look like I'm actually doing a Jason Voorhees impersonation because it makes my face look like makes my head look huge and my face look like huge because the mask is so tiny on my face.
That's
How big are the eye slits?
Yeah, look, I show you.
I had to.
That's funny.
See?
But how do you know if it's for a Chinese if the eye slits aren't slanted?
Oh God! No, it's just because of how close together they are on this one. So, because I was gonna put an American flag, stick it down the front of this thing, but I'm gonna have to send this one back to Amazon because it's too round because it's definitely not made for like Caucasian features. I mean, there's no way this is gonna fit somebody with cheekbones. It's just not gonna happen. So. It is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, you tried.
Yeah, no, I got this one now. Like, I'm thinking because they sent it from China anyway, they're not going to want me to mail it back. They're just going to say, fuck it, it's $5, we'll eat the loss. So.
Yeah. I mean, all they really need to do to make that back is just work somebody else to death, and there's their $5.
Yeah, also, I'm just gonna bring it with me to the place, the hockey mask joint, because it's not just hockey masks. They got all sorts of hockey shit there. But I'm gonna go there and ask them, like, this is the mask I need specifically, because I go in and this is the thing. I understand, the store. You want customers to come in. You're gonna hire these teenage bundles of breasts. Can you at least make sure that she knows something about what I'm talking about? Because I'm going in and talking to her about hockey masks, and she's doing the deer in the headlights and pointing to the shit up above her head. Like, yeah, honey, I can see all that shit. Believe it or not, these things here, they work. I'm asking the shit that's not up there. Nah, couldn't register the question.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I always went to a skating rink to get my shit, because there was always somebody that knew what the hell I was talking about. So I
Yeah.
could just grab something and go, hey, can you sharpen this? How much for this? You got any of these in any other places or whatever?
Should be good to get this thing up off the ground. I gotta get like the good harness for it. So they can't rip it off my head.
Oh yeah, get some leather straps or something, or at least get some decent upholstery type stuff.
Yeah,
Just get any trouble on you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I might even say fuck it and go up into the village and just go into like one of those places that makes all the bondage shit and have them make like a really good harness for the fucking thing so they can't yank it off my head.
That's idea is so crazy it just might work.
Well, yeah, that's the only thing. Like, because I bought this because it's made out of PVC.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna have to go in and ask them the same thing. I need one of these like sturdy one-piece ones. I don't want one like an actual hockey mask. I don't, I mean that's a little bit fucking out of hand. I just want something to protect my face. I mean, fuck it. I'm not going to war. I'm just going in there trying to not get like. I'm hoping that the SJWs are going to be too preoccupied with the fucking garbage cans that they won't bother me, but...
I'm sure they're going to be having sex with plenty of garbage cans.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, that impromptu worked for us in the Battle of New Burnside. Because Lawrence and some of the guys were asking, I told them, we threw one of the gas grenades at one of the guys, and then Mamluk just comes up and starts fucking a trash can. So we started putting bombs in trash cans and started taking care of their numbers. It must be the new hashtag thing,
Bobby, you ever have any run-ins with these fucking Antifa punks in your journeys through the neighborhood over there?
No, nothing like that. I don't think they have them at the University of Chicago, though. I haven't seen any around there at all. They mostly seem to be on the West Coast, I think, like Portland, Washington, Oregon. Are they mostly around there? Because I don't see any in Chicago.
They're all over the place, dude. If you're not seeing them in Chicago, it's because you're not looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very few of them, because I don't hear any trouble from any kind of groups like that, dressed as Nazis.
Well, they're usually too much of pussies to do anything.
Wear MAGA hat.
They know the second they come out, some shit's gonna go down.
Yeah.
Well, first of all the areas that you would possibly have these college kids in are black areas in Chicago. They're not going to go in these areas because the blacks don't care if you're white. They don't care if you're alfalfa or whatever the fuck you are. They're going to kick your ass. So they don't go in these areas because that's where the universities are. University of Chicago, University of Illinois, they're in all black areas. These Antifa kids are not going to go and march around these neighborhoods.
Yeah,
because
we
really don't see them.
Yeah.
I don't care what the Democrats tell you about Chicago. It is an all-black city. There are extremely small pockets of white people. I mean, real small. Northwest, a little bit on the west side where a lot of cops and firemen are. Other than that, there is no white Chicago anywhere. Anybody going to Chicago, anybody going to a fucking Bears game or any of your stupid museums are coming from suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
They don't live in Chicago. So whatever these Democrats want to tell you, it's a black city. I don't go there. And I've lived in Chicago all my life. I don't go to any places. I don't think I've been to a Bears game in 30 years.
My father, may he rest in peace, he was the same way. He, it was really hard for me as a kid growing up because, it's not like we moved all the way out on Long Island away from, everything. he moved a few minutes out. You know, like literally, I'm not close. Still, I'm not close to the city. Like sometimes if I'm not paying attention, I wind up in Queens, and you know, it was hard for me as a kid. But to be fair to his credit, you know, looking back, hindsight is 20/20. I grew up as a little boy during Ed Koch when he was the mayor, and God bless him, he was a good mayor. But holy shit, did he get a fucking plate handed to him from fucking Rockefeller? Like, God, that was horrible because I'm sure you remember Rockefeller. First he was our mayor, then he was our governor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he did a real fucking 1-2 whammy on that city. And when I was a kid, Koch was the mayor, and it was fucking horrible. And then we got Dinkins.
Dinkins was a real dickhead, wasn't he?
Holy shit. I was a teenager under Dinkins. And I remember when I was a kid, the two spots were up on Wilby and Cordelia, up over in Bushwick, off of Bed-Stuy Avenue. And you go in, and depending which one you want, and now let me see if I don't want to mix this up. I'm going back like Jesus, it's like 93, 94, but you go in to go see Dread, and that's if you wanted to get Reefer. And I believe that was on Wilby. You go over to Cordelia to get Angel Dust. I remember this. Oh my God, I remember it so vividly. It was a brownstone that was under construction up over on Wilby Avenue. And you go up, and I don't know why the fuck they were doing it. It's when they were doing like they're putting the building together, but part of it's already being used, and it's like the other part is still like skeletal or whatever. So these guys had occupied one of the floors that was being worked on. They were squatting in it. So if you wanted to get your shit, they had somebody downstairs, and so that they couldn't be connected. Okay, let you out, dog. I'm on the phone. So that they couldn't be connected. You'd have to knock on the door. And the guy downstairs would yell up, and the guys up there would look, and if they recognized you, they'd lower down the bucket. And I forget what the hell you had to put in the bucket. It was like some really weird, like, cloak and dagger shit they had going on. It was these Jamaican guys, and they really got, like, really enthralled with themselves. You had to, like, know the passwords and shit. Yeah.
Passwords and put the right item in the bucket.
Yeah. I used to like I told this to my older brother, and he looks at me, he's like, you fucking kids are all morons. He's like, you all watch too many James Bond movies. He's like, you're meeting in abandoned buildings. What the hell's the matter with all of you? You gotta remember. You gotta remember, this is how bad it was when I was a teenager. I don't know if you guys remember, oh God, what was the movie? Bullet with Mickey Rourke and Tupac Shakur. We were all walking around, and there was that, and then there was the one that took place out by you guys, Judgment Night with Dennis Leary. So when I was in high school, everyone was wearing a all black, three-piece suit with the black tie and a fucking black leather duster. All of us. Seriously.
Yeah, like that doesn't spell trouble. Come on.
Yeah, and we all had the balls to wonder why the fuck the cops always picked us up, because we're wearing these outfits, and then we're in like a beat-up, like Volvo station wagon with like one door that was a different color than the rest of the thing. But meanwhile, we're all wearing like three-piece suits and leather trench coats. Fucking idiots. Idiots. We're lucky we didn't wind up in prison. I remember once the cops pulled us over. I'll never forget this. Goes like this. The cops go, put your hands on the seats. And so we all go like this. And the cops say, they go back on the PA, on the seats in front of you, you idiots.
The seats in front of you, that's a new one.
Yeah, we all put our hands on the seats that we were sitting on. Oh, man.
Yeah, I haven't been pulled over in ages.
Yeah, that scenario right there, that was, I think, 1994.
Well, what borough were you from? You got like 5 boroughs there or something like that?
Yeah, there's, you got Manhattan, you got Brooklyn, you got Queens, you got the Bronx, and you got the capital of Jersey, you got Staten Island. Those are the 5 boroughs. Then you got the 2 unofficial boroughs, well, 3, there are 3. You got the 2 unofficial by me. There's Nassau County and Suffolk County on Long Island. And then there's the unofficial borough over in Jersey, which is actually West New York, New Jersey. Because if you look, on the old maps, it was Manhattan Island, and it was Manhattan Island used to say New York, and then the part in Jersey said West New York, and the part in Brooklyn said East New York. East New York is where my father's from.
Interesting.
And what do they have? They have one guy in charge of each one of those boroughs.
Yeah, there's a borough president in each one.
So you got like 5 borough presidents, maybe like.
Yeah,
And
the one
like
Out
all
there in fucking Chicago, they've got what do they got? Wards or something. There's 55 of these fucking jackoffs running Chicago. Did you know that?
Yeah, we
55
literally
wards,
have.
I think there is. 50
No,
or
we've got
55.
50. We've got 50 wards.
Why do you need?
oh,
New York got 5. Chicago needs 50 of these cocksuckers.
Yeah.
Well, these are actually, each of these boroughs is actually a county. These are different counties of my state. Brooklyn is Kings County. Queens is Queens County. Manhattan is New York County. Staten Island, I forget what the fuck it is because no one cares about Staten Island. And
and professional in Staten, huh?
yeah, well,
Isn't
you know
Staten
what it
Island
is?
Richmond County?
Possibly. I gotta look that up.
Is Coney Island an island?
I think
Uh,
Coney Island.
It's more like a separate colony.
Coney Island. I think what it is, it's like one of the barrier beaches. I gotta look. Coney's beautiful. It's part of Brooklyn. It's beautiful now. When I was a kid, I went there about again probably like 20-something years ago, and I remember I thought I was going to get killed. It was broad daylight. There were junkies everywhere. The whole place was dilapidated. It stunk of piss and shit. You couldn't.
There's still the areas of that.
You had to watch where you stepped because of how dangerous it was. So I went back there about 5 years ago, and I took my niece with me. And, you know, the reason I went back is because I talked to a few friends of mine. And this one guy I talked to, because, look, I'm not going to lie. You want to find out the skinny, you ask a skinhead. So I knew this skinhead, and I asked him, I'm like, I'm going to take my niece out to Coney. He's like, yeah, Scoob, do it. It's beautiful out there. The Russians cleaned it up. I said, all right. So I go out there. My right hand to God, spotless it was. Beautiful. I couldn't believe it. I mean, you still, now, a lot of people don't realize this. You had the Chicano bikers up over on Neptune Avenue. They will fucking kill you if they find you doing anything bad around there. If those Chicanos catch you, like, selling heroin or fucking with the little girls, yeah, they'll slit your throat and bury you in the sand. But,
Nice.
yeah, so you had the bikers over there playing stickball. I'm like, Jesus, this looks like when my father used to tell me about how it was when he was a kid. So I'm walking around. I couldn't believe how nice it was. And then I saw why it was so nice. Every once in a while, I'd see this fucking blonde-haired oak tree walking past in a fucking leather jacket, like smoking a cigarette. You'd see one of these guys every once in a while, and they all look like Ivan Drago.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. So when we went there, and it was really cool because my niece, and it was funny too because my niece is an Arab, but she's a Christian. So she asks me, she's like, why are all those ladies dressed like ninjas? So I had to explain to her, I'm like, honey, those are Muslims. You know?
Are they dressed like ninjas?
Yeah, she's like, what? She's like, what are Muslims? I said, all right. I said, the part of the world where your father's family is from, not everyone is Christian. I said, there are some people who are Muslims. I said, and Muslims' wives dress like ninjas. And she said, well, why do they dress like ninjas? I said, well, in their belief system, their wives are so hot that you can't even look at them because, you know, it's too much for you to deal with. So they have to dress them like ninjas. And my niece, God bless her, she was like 10 years old, and she's like, well, this is true. We are very pretty.
Aww.
Yeah, she's smart as a whip she was. So, anyway, I'm with her, and we're walking around there, and it's Caribbean music night. And so, I mean, there were island people everywhere. There had to be thousands of them. So, me, my wife, and my nieces, we're the only off-white people there, because, you know, my wife is brown as hell. And everything's cool. No one was bothering us. No one was fucking with us. They actually looked a little bit nervous that we were there. So all of a sudden, the music gets really low, and the crowd parts like the Red Sea. And I see these, like, two little kids come walking through this this crowd that parted, and walking a few steps behind him is this woman dripping with jewels and wearing this big ass fur, and she's got this man next to her, and he's wearing this like natty 3-piece houndstooth suit, you know, with the nice watch with the pocket fob and all that, and just, you know, he looked like somebody's grandfather. So I mean, all these islanders, I mean, they gave this family a huge birth. So I asked one of the island people, I'm like, yo, who the fuck are those people? He goes, oh, that's the Godfather of Brighton Beach. Fucking Russian mob.
Godfather of Brighton Beach, man.
Yeah. What it is, they cleaned it up down there. Like, holy shit, man. They run shit down there. And, yo, for those of you who don't know, you don't fuck with the Russians.
Actually, you do. You just make sure you kill every last single one of them. They're not as tough as people like to make them out. I'm sorry. I fucking hate mobsters. I say kill them all. No trial. Be done with them. They do nothing. They're all scum. And the Russians are no exception. Just kill them.
If you want to play Frank Castle, go right ahead, man. I'm not going to stop you.
Why don't you tell them how you
It's
really
in my
feel?
wheelhouse. You know?
I mean, Russians, everybody think, oh, it's Russians. Man, Russians are the biggest fucking pussies. You fucking shoot them in the damn kneecap and they go, bah! Then you fucking put one through their head and they're done. Fucking A. They're not like they're fucking Chechens or anything. They're not that fucking tough.
Wait, Chechens still exist? I thought they were still kind of like a fairy tale with the different guerrilla wars that were going on and shit.
No. No, Chechens still exist. They're still a fucking pain in the ass in the fucking Caucasus, too. But their war's been over for 20 years.
Well, the Caucasus have been a pain in the ass for anyone trying to get involved there for a long time.
Yeah, don't get involved in the fucking Caucasus. It's a shit show.
Are the Balkans still trying to kill each other for like stupid
No,
reasons?
They just dislike each other and have a mutual hatred for Turkey.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Balkans are.
Okay, guys, I gotta leave right now. I got something to do. Just found out. I will
Okay.
see you tomorrow or whenever.
Yeah.
Are you gonna come over tomorrow about 1 o'clock or so?
Yeah.
Himmler. Okay. Nice
Yeah, I'll
talking.
call you when I'm on the road.
I'll talk. You gonna talk tomorrow?
Yeah.
Gonna be
Yeah.
on
If
here?
you want, we can set it up tomorrow. Yeah. Sure.
Well, just always give me a link or whatever you call it, right?
Yeah. I'll send you an email. Yeah. If you want, I'll get it set up tomorrow. I'll send you an email. I think I still got to get you all those memes and stuff because I think there's a few that I missed.
We can
guys
work on
wanted
this
to
stuff tomorrow. We got however you want to tomorrow and Sunday, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I gotta go. I'll see you guys. Nice talking with y'all.
All right.
Take care.
Good night,
See
man.
you around, Bobby. Let's see if he remembers to hit the red button. I think he forgot.
Like I said, I mean, the Russians are the Russians, and everybody always wants to go, oh, they're Russian, they're so tough. You gotta. I'm like, dude, fucking FPS Russia, fucking dumbass right there. Not even Russian, and that's where you get.
That was the guy from fucking Kentucky. Wasn't it something like that?
Georgia. Yeah.
Georgia.
And then what's his name got his ass murdered, so they just kind of shut it down.
Yeah.
He
and
got
then,
murdered.
The guy that was supplying them was shot in the back of the head, apparent suicide or some shit like that.
his cameraman apparently committed suicide, and then he got even in more trouble when one of his fans allegedly sent him 200 pounds of synthetic pot in the mail.
This
Genius.
sounds like a Hillary Clinton story. Like, it sounds like FPS Russia had criminal evidence on the Clintons, so they decided to have two of the staff commit suicide with the shot to the head somehow through some type of magic bullet theory, JFK style. And then one guy was like,
You did hear about that one motherfucker, that committed suicide with a Barrett 50 cal. It was only problem was self-inflicted with a rifle 1,200 yards away.
yeah, right?
Yeah, I'm just
yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the mob and everybody, and I don't think we should venerate them. I think we should display them in any form of media as putzes, because they really are putzes. I mean, there's a reason why Giuliani was able to roll them up the way he was. It's because they're incompetent, unable to change, and basically, I mean, the Russians are a little more dangerous, but they're still stuck in the 20th century.
Yep, thanks to ill communism.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're going to go, oh, we got to break, we're Russian. I'm like, dude, don't be afraid of Russian people. Don't be afraid of anybody. You're American. You kicked everybody's ass. You know what? And that's why you need to start treating them fucking pieces of shit. And you need to remind them that if they're mafiosos, they don't have any rights, and they need to be put nose down, shot in the back of the head, and be done with it. Just kill them all. I'm fucking tired of it. Stop glorifying these pieces of shit.
I ain't glorifying anybody. I'm just giving word to the wise. I mean, bro, to be fair, most people ain't trained like you. You know, they can't really handle somebody like that. You know?
Yeah,
I mean,
but I mean, these guys aren't trained either. That's the thing. Everybody thinks that every Russian mobster is an ex-Spetsnaz. No, they're not.
Yeah, Art,
You
when
know?
you become a Spetsnaz, basically ain't you a Spetsnaz for like life or until you get retired or some shit like that?
No, dude. It's just any other special forces fucking branch, dude. There's
Okay.
fucking stop making everything fucking mythical. You know?
That's kind of what
That's
he
why I'm
does.
asking, man.
my thing is, like, I've had dealings in the past with people of different walks of life, and I've talked to a lot of people who were connected throughout the course of my my career as a journalist, and just through different people I've known just from location. Trained or not, I've just met some very bad people. I'm just saying these Russians don't really have a code. They don't have any ethics. That's what makes them dangerous. I'm not saying because of their military training or anything. When you're dealing with an entire group, you got to understand they're on like the same level as Taliban or ISIS, and I would treat them like that, as like dangerous like that, as in they're going to do anything. There's no kuth. There's no ethics. There's no morality there.
So like a
That's the
Soviet
danger.
Union bar.
I'm
Damn.
sorry?
So I said it's like a Allahu Soviet Union bar.
No, more like they'll just do anything for money. But you know what? The Italians aren't any different. So
No, they are. They are. Like, for starters, the Italians won't shoot up a school full of children. Russians will do that. They don't have any compunction. That's
Well,
the difference.
Well, I mean, the Italians used to have a moral code, but once they had to get into competition with the Russians, their moral code used to be the Italians wouldn't touch anything but prostitution and protection rackets.
Yeah.
They wouldn't sell drugs. Now they'll sell fucking drugs.
Like, do you remember the name of the different groups in northern Italy? Because I know the mafioso is specifically in Sicily. I forget the names of the other organizations up in, like, Italy, like the ones in Rome and those sorts of ones. Do you remember them offhand?
I just remember the Corse in Corsica.
Yeah.
Or a big one that no one really talks about.
Yeah.
And Naples is the one. Naples is the one that's big for drug smuggling.
Yeah. Like, it changed like a lot. That's the thing. There's pockets of it up here where like different families do it here. I hate using the term families, but fuck it. I'm not gonna. We're gonna do shorthand because I don't want to turn this into the fucking mafioso power hour. So for brevity, we're just gonna refer to them as the families. We'll go with Hollywood. Like the families, you know, that do operate like out of New York, as far as I know, it's basically split. There are some that are like you saying now, they're complete scuzzball pieces of shit. But there are other ones where they do try to actually adhere to the old codes, where, you know, keep the shit out of the neighborhood, keep the neighborhood clean. You know, obviously business is going to be done, but business gets done respectably. Like, you know, I lucked out. I actually have in my life encountered people of that persuasion who were from the old school. That's part of the reason I got the moral code that I have. You know, it's not like what Hollywood says, man. Like, seriously, like my father's culture, it's a lot different. Like the Dons used to keep the neighborhoods clean. The Dons would keep the neighborhoods, you know, safe for the citizens. You know, that's the reason in the culture that they have omerta. You know, the conspiracy in silence. You know, the Hell's Angels adopted that with Argo Nunya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the same principle. Community first.
Yeah, that's like whenever them or some other biker guys moved into an area, unless there was anyone else either that was prior operating there, pretty much, you know, they just went and just killed all the gangs or threw them out, or, you know, pretty much hand over fist decided, all right, we're gonna rehab the whole place.
Yeah.
You know, that's why typically the way that the FBI used to go after on getting them was they'd legit infiltrate them, and then they'd figure out where, like, you know, they had their little clubhouses or businesses or whatever, and then just boom, they'd send in like 1 million fucking people, because, you know, they'd always be armed to the teeth, because once they move in, they don't move out.
Yeah. You know, like a lot of people, like, this is one of the things I have a problem with, like the left. And this is why I've always, you know, and people give me flack for it, because I do have a lot of friends who are Nation of Islam, and I do, you know, I have told you myself, my father's pallbearer was fucking Farrakhan security head when he comes to New York. You know, one of the guys who helped carry my father's coffin to the fucking limo, and then to the grave, or however the fuck they do it. Because I really don't remember, because I was in the middle of burying the old man, so my head was swimming. But anyway, you know, I've had a lot of dealings with those folks over the years, and a lot of people don't know, if the Nation of Islam moves up into your building and you're selling drugs, guess what you're doing? You're moving.
Mm-hmm.
They threw a guy out, I think it was like the 3rd-story window, because he was selling drugs. Like, they'll clean up a building. I mean, obviously they're going to try to get everyone to convert, but they will clean the shit out. Like, you got no idea. You go into one of their neighborhoods and you're trying to peddle, you're taking your life into your hands, seriously, because did they catch you trying to sell that shit in their neighborhood? They will beat the fuck out of you like you wouldn't believe. And it's the like.
Speaking of the minister, the 17th, he's actually having an event. Ticket prices are expensive as hell, but he's supposed to be having some type of sermon or speech or something like that he's going to be giving out.
Where, by you, or?
Yeah, in Chicago.
Free advice, don't take your ass there.
Oh yeah, they'll probably try and convert the shit out of me.
No, they'll probably try to kill you.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Damn.
Bro, seriously, you're the mighty whitey. You go anywhere near that joint, forget about it.
Oh, good thing the ticket prices were too high, man. I was like, you guys want like $100 to see this guy? Holy shit. No, I'll pay like $100 to see like fucking AC/DC or something, you know. I'm not gonna spend $100 to see Farrakhan.
And they'll spend it too.
Oh, there you are, sweetheart. I was wondering why the hell there were 2 scoops in here.
They were paying.
No, it's Friday night.
People were paying fucking $250 for the lowest price tickets to see fucking Michelle Obama.
Yeah, I still got my Obama ticket here that I wound up getting, because they actually had this event. God, it was fucking cold as fuck that day, and there must have been 3,000 fucking people. They had the cops on 3 separate occasions come in riot gear to chase people away from getting these free sanctioned fucking Obama tickets and shit. I left the thing at my mother's for safekeeping, and it was fucking crazy, because people were getting these, and they were selling them on the internet for $3,000 fucking dollars. My mother was like, "Sell the ticket, da 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 da," and he going on her whole thing about, you know, how I should try and make money for that ungrateful fucker fucking us and shit. And I was like, here's a fucking museum piece, man. Keep this motherfucker.
I'm glad you did.
Well, I mean, these tickets out here were all about promoting Michelle Obama's new book.
Oh, those ones.
Yeah, which anybody dumb enough to want to read that, you know.
Yeah. Mine was for his farewell speech.
Patriot says, what's the name of the doctor who hung himself after shooting himself in the head?
Don't care.
like someone knew something on the Clintons. Shot themselves in the back of the head and hung themselves. Where have I heard that before? Well, sounds like that Seth Rich fellow.
Yeah, seriously. That says Bill. That's got Hillary's fingerprints all over it.
Yeah, it says Hillary associate.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for. Well, I know Netflix will never do it because they're leftist fucking bullshit. But the next Netflix serial killer TV show, Hillary Clinton, the most successful female serial killer of all time.
Yeah, she broke the glass ceiling on that.
Absolutely. I'm surprised they haven't put her in that Purge TV series yet.
Yo, Burnside, have you seen the thing that they got on Netflix, the new series? I seen it. I'm like, oh, I got to tell him about this. He's gonna hit the ceiling.
Everyone
No.
fetishizing Red Ted Bundy.
No, even worse, Trotsky.
What?
Oh,
There's a Trotsky series where he's a folk hero.
Yeah.
Are you fucking shitting me?
I'm being dead serious.
You know,
That's some
idiot.
fucking bullshit.
I'm gonna get you on Rabbit now.
Yeah, the guy that thought constant war would be a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
Hey, let's just keep spreading the revolution. It's not going to run out when we run out of manpower.
You're telling me these commie fucks sat there and decided, all right, we're going to make a folk hero. Like, you're telling me legit, not like a fucking parody or something, like they got Jack Black to act like Trotsky and do stupid shit.
Dead serious.
Well, no, him doing stupid shit wouldn't be too far off the mark. Trotsky was a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Point of the joke. Jack Black could be a better convincing Trotsky than Trotsky himself.
Oh, well, you think that's bad? Netflix just announced a $10 million deal with ACO to make a TV series called Busting Down the House about her.
What?
Or Breaking Down the House. And they wonder why
I don't watch Netflix.
This is why I stopped watching Netflix.
Yeah.
I just never watched it because it's not worth paying the money.
I'm not paying for it.
Free, man. There was always some goofball I knew, or a buddy of mine, or a grandmother, or an aunt, or someone or other who had Netflix because when they initially came out with it, they were like, here's all your old people. Here's all your old people shows. And all the old people bought it, so I was always like hanging around old people, or my family or something. Going, all right, let's see what they got. Oh, they got a couple of movies I like, or a couple little animes or some shit. I watched that. And then within the past couple of years, they're like, yeah, now we're just going to put a bunch of masturbatory communist bullshit out there.
Yeah.
The moment they took 1984 and They Live off there and I couldn't find Passchendaele, I was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm not watching this goddamn platform at all. Like, literally, the last decent thing I seen was that Stranger Things thing. And I didn't even pay shit for that either.
I love
watched that in college. I didn't care for it.
That was interesting. So I like the time period.
I mean, why would they? I mean, they ultimately are going towards. They're pulling in millennials, the dumbest generation in our nation's history. The ones that are so dumb that they believe communism and socialism actually work. And they have all of the information to prove them wrong at their fingertips. And
they've got quite literally. They're just like cognitive dissident retards. They're like, no, it didn't happen, wasn't the real deal. And it's like, you show them a picture of Lenin having no money or Trotsky having no money and Stalin killing everyone just for the sheer fuck of it. And it's like, this is a failure. And they're like, no, it's a total success because I say so. Or they do the Superman Red Sun thing. It will work great if I do it because I am Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking retards. That's why I hate the shit out of these dumb bastards. Oh, it'll work this time because we got technology. No, it'll be fucking worse because you got technology. You'll do the fucking zeitgeist thing. Like, okay, we got all these centralized computers to make our commie money. Let's just code, because that's their fucking obsession. And they'll code in a bunch of fake dollars and shit. and then they'll be going around trying to get stuff, and then it's like, oh, well, why is all this shit expensive? Why can't we get it? Well, gee, Sherlock, you're in a communist fucking system. The communist system.
Here's another thing. They're all talking about like wanting to code and shit. Dude, those jobs are filled. They're gone. Your obsession with fucking coding is gone. Guess where the jobs are, you dipshits? The fucking natural gas field. I should say, learn to frack, motherfuckers.
Learn to frack.
You going to
That's
sleep
a good
time?
one.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna
frack.
go slipping up early.
I mean,
Alright.
Half asleep.
that's our big.
When you're around, bro.
I'll probably be on next week because I don't work on Friday as of yet. I do work
Alright.
Saturday, but I don't work till late in the day because I've been working at some mall because there hasn't been shit at my own site.
Oh,
Try to
I
crank
feel you
out
with the
that
security
Yugoslavia.
shit, man.
Yeah, try to crank out that Yugoslavia video so we got something to talk about next Friday. I want to hear about it, man.
I'll probably do it tomorrow because literally tomorrow my only things I'm doing is mopping the house and that's about it.
Oh, good.
Cool.
So you'll actually want to avoid mopping the house, so you'll do the Yugoslavia video. Awesome. That's great. Procrastinate from one thing, putting it off to the other. That's perfect.
Yeah, run away to the gym for a few hours and just lift weights and look at people that are like, okay, hello, soccer mom. So I went today and I'm like, you see the super bodybuilder people? I'm like, okay, I expect them to be here. And I'm looking everywhere else and it's like 50-something-year-old women. And I'm like, well, someone had a New Year's resolution they wanted to keep.
Well, they'll be there till about next month.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm expecting it to thin out. But the thing, when I signed up, and because I went in the evening the first night, the thing was packed. It's like you think they're giving away free memberships. Like it was packed to the gills. It's like it's basically slightly out of the center of like the local city or whatever local town. It's the size of Portland, so it's basically a city. And this is kind of like the outskirts of that. And it was just packed to the gills. I'm like, Jesus, because it just opened.
Oh, that's why also.
Yeah. Ooh, it's new. It's shiny. It used to be a different gym, but who cares? I don't know.
This is why I always like when I go buy home exercise equipment, I wait till about this time of the year to start looking because people have gotten their Bowflexes or whatever for
Christmas.
Christmas, and this is about the time. They're like, "Oh, our workout regimen is hard." I'm like,
Yeah, everything's out at the curb, brand new.
That's
it's on Craigslist.
that's basically how we got our home gym, and a bunch of shit for our home gym was just finding, hey, someone's throwing something out.
Or Facebook
Bro,
Marketplace.
I could show you right now the gazelle inside, and that's why I love living here because we got stereotypes about this neighborhood. You know, some of them are beautiful. I got a brand new gazelle. I go past and the guy's throwing it out at the curb. I go, "What's wrong with the gazelle?" "Fuck her and her mother. I ain't fat." I'm like, okay. Fine by me. I'll take it.
I'm just waiting for a brand new Peloton machine to come up on a fucking come up on like Facebook garage sales for like $100, and I'll be like, yes, I will help you. I will relieve you of your $1,700 treadmill for $100.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, ours broke a while ago and I hadn't been bothered to fix it. My
yourself a
driveway is
tread
a fifth of
climber
a mile
if you're gonna get
long.
something.
I don't need a treadmill.
Yeah. Well, grab yourself a tread climber if you're going to get anything. It's worth it.
We had one of those. That also
One
broke.
thing I'm waiting for is for the weather to be decent out here and for the potholes to get filled in so I can finally get a pair of rollerblades and run around.
Get a
Yeah.
bicycle, you
The
moron.
The weather will be decent enough, but if you want the pothole fill, you better call Domino's.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Damn dogs again.
I'm gonna dip,
Alright.
I'm gonna dip
Get
out
a
then,
mountain
everybody.
bike and you won't have to worry
Yeah,
about the potholes.
Have a good night, folks.
All right. You have a good one, dude. Yeah, I'm contemplating how bad the potholes are here. I'm contemplating saying fucking it, doing what those anarchists did over in Ohio, and just saying fuck it. Let me buy my own gear, and then I'll fill the fucking potholes in myself, and I'll stick a fucking sticker on there. or some shit, saying, you know, filled in by the Burnside Film Project or some shit, you know, just for fucking shits and giggles promo. Probably won't. If anything, it'll probably get me a fucking city ticket or something like that. Guys go, you're not supposed to fill these in. You're supposed to. I'm like, hey, fuck you guys. You guys take too goddamn long. If I could sit there with like this hot charcoal shit or whatever the fuck it is, the asphalt, smack that in there, fill it in, and get it nice and smooth and everything. And by the time I get that all done, it's plenty cold and shit. And then 3 days later, they finally realize it. Fuck them. Do it my damn self.
Well, I mean, that's basically
Ask
what
Nano how long it takes this city to fill in a fucking pothole. We don't get nearly as many as y'all do.
Oh yeah, fucking Chicago, give me fucking pothole central, especially like fucking southeast side. I mean, fucking Hegwish was bad enough. East side was. I didn't think it'd get worse than Hegwish. No, east side's fucking terrible because we get all the cross traffic from all these old fucks that come from all over the place to go see the great, glorious fucking casino. Ooh, we're gonna go over again, and we're gonna go to the casino, everybody. It's like, oh, for fucking Christ's sake, you know?
The casino. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, it's just a fucking casino. It's like, yeah, like
And the
literally,
house
it's
always wins. Whoop-de-doo. It's a casino. Waste your money.
Yeah. What the fuck do you expect? Yeah. What you want a fiscal pardon?
The house
Yeah.
always wins in the end.
Like literally.
Even on those little scratch tickets, the house always wins.
Oh yeah, it was funny. It was about.
And anybody in chat who would like to argue with me about that, buy 10 tickets a month for 3 months. Tally up your winnings and your losses, and then come back to me.
Definitely.
All
Yeah.
right, boys, I got something for you to look at in our group chat. It's funny as fuck.
Oh joy. Anyways, between just the regular traffic and then the rest of these, what the flying fuck? What the
Watch
fuck
the
is this thing?
video.
Gonna blow up?
You're gonna love it, baby.
I
Do I
don't know
wanna
if we
know?
can show that, but that is very entertaining.
We can't show it.
Do I even want to know?
Go and look.
Let me see here. It would be cool to show that, but I think we'd still get in trouble for that. But that's one hell of a way to get a beer. That's a specialty keg, and I'm wondering how the hell they'd refill that thing. That's something else. That's fucking
It's probably a tap hose going up to it.
that, or it's a trap. I mean, in actuality, because you're looking at this thing, because it's a mannequin, it's a female mannequin, and the bosoms are where you go to get your beer, but you got to reach under the skirt there, and you have to go and mess with a certain something. So that means one of two
I
things.
didn't want to know.
Well, let's just hope if you're getting a beer, it's not a trap.
They have guaranteed just in the assholes. They have the keg hose going through the ass.
Probably. That's something funny. It's one hell of a fucking keg. I don't know if I get one though. That looks expensive, but that's funny as fuck. That's a great gag. Oh Christ.
Honestly, I'd fix it to where you have to like massage the breasts and get your drink from below.
That might be a bit of a pain in the ass, but I like where you're going with that. I don't know.
I would say it's plumbing impossible.
Plumbing impossible. Just about. Yeah, I tell you, man. There is actually. Well, I'll get just a tad conspiratorial with this, because casinos, not only does the house always win, but I swear the house tries to keep it. Because there's this one time several years ago, my folks dragged me into one. And she's like, "Oh, we'll give it a try. I'm like, I fucking hate gambling.
So do I. It's pointless.
It is pointless. Dude, I may as well have bought an actual fucking keg with all the money I wasted there. And that was money they gave me. And I was like, you guys want me to waste this fucking money. Here. You don't want me to go get the car worked on. You don't want me to go buy a bunch of fucking video games. You don't want me to get a fucking mannequin table lamp keg thing. No, you want me to blow it at a casino. So, literally, after I blow a good portion of this money, I'm down to like the last 10 couple of bucks. I go to the gayest looking fucking one because my mother was like, oh, try this one. And there's this fat black chick sitting right next to me. I'm just like, I'm telling someone, I'm like, you know what? I've tossed all this money away. I'm thinking of getting the fuck out of here. She's like, oh, well, you gotta try. You get lucky. And like, well, literally, while this woman is trying to convince me to stay, I swear something must have clicked on the fucking machine. Cause it's like, oh shit, we're losing the customer. Bling, bling, bling. I get all these fucking unicorn dildos and crazy rainbow shit flashing on the screen, and it's like, you got the jackpot. And I'm like, yeah, this is a really gay 1984. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, and my friend, one of my friends, loves scratch-off tickets. And, oh, he loves them. And he used to constantly argue with me about how the house does not always win. And he spends like $200 a month on these fucking scratch-off tickets. I'm like, okay, do this for me. Every time you buy a scratch-off ticket, record, and I handed him one of them itty-bitty composition notebooks.
Mm-hmm.
I handed him one of those and a pen. I said, write down how much the ticket was and how much you won on it. And do that for 3 months, then come back to me with the notebook. So he came back, and after 3 months, he had spent like $600 and something on tickets, and he had only won back not even 200 of that.
Fucking hell. That's depressing.
Yeah.
He may as well put it in a fucking company if he wants to throw around money. I mean, fucking Christ.
I mean, he didn't have that kind of money to throw around. He was just an impulsive gambler.
Well, is this your buddy Frankie Figs I used to crack about?
No. This is my friend. His name is Bones, and I call him that because he's all skin and bones.
Maybe this is why he's skin and bones. He spends all his money on scratch-offs when he could be spending it on food. Poor bastard.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Jesus.
I mean...
God damn, man.
I mean, it's literally one of those things where it's like, seriously? You'd be spending all that on food. Or gasoline. You don't have to come to me to jack gas. I mean, seriously.
Lord. Great. So you're being a gas baron with this guy? That's funny.
Oh, I only give him like a gallon. But still. Well, I mean, I got like this little 2-gallon tank. This little 2-gallon gas can.
Oh, I hate those damn things.
Well, I keep it around for my little push mower.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I only give him a gallon out of that. I make him pay me back at the end of the month.
Jeez. Sounds like that guy's definitely got to dump his money to something better. That's fucking... Sit there, waste all that goddamn money. And you know the goofball thing about casinos is, speaking about, like, millennials, like you were saying earlier, is it me, or are they trying to, like, turn casinos into, like, the hip new fucking thing? Because I noticed, the blue chip, that's, like,
they've been doing that for fucking... They've been doing that since the 1980s when they revitalized Vegas, man.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Because, like, here's the weird thing. Like, when this was like, when that bus of old people came around. Sweetheart, you're gonna kill me for this, but I'm gonna tell you the story anyways. Okay, so this is one of those weird times in Walmart where everything was completely ass backwards because normally we know what the people of Walmart are. And this is the one time where it was actually the fucking opposite, minus that fucking bus of old people that came in for fucking ass backwards tourism. I say ass backwards tourism, it's like, who the fuck in their right mind comes all the way over to this shit to go to a fucking casino right over the goddamn border in Hammond? And literally, this 23-year-old gal, fucking oof, she had almost some fucking D's on her and shit, really fucking nice looking thing. Blonde gal. She's just in the Walmart with her fucking grandmother or whatever. And, you know, I didn't realize it was grandmother at the time. I was like, oh boy, it's a bunch of old people coming off the bus. Oh, damn. That gal is nice looking. Holy shit. And, you know, I'm doing my shopping, getting my regular shit and crap like that. And then I want to literally practically smack into her car. She's sitting there on her fucking phone and all that shit. And I'm just like, oh, you know, I just, you know, I say something. I was like, oh, look out. And then literally, you know, I practically turned this bimbo into fucking roadkill. Literally, like, I'm literally about like, yay far from smacking this girl. And she's just literally just fucking walking in the aisle and shit. And I'm like, I'm sitting there looking
like that.
Yeah. I could, if she wasn't so hot, I would actually just went, all right, one less person to Walmart. Like, literally, if it weren't for those brassieres, I would have fucking just... But brassieres, so I did.
And just who the fuck are you talking about now?
I told you earlier you were going to be pissed off about me about this story, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
Well, see, the thing is I had to go pick up Katrina from the neighbor's house.
Oh, so you missed the
you
part
have
where he
terrible
said
timing.
once he says it, he's not repeating it. You missed the part in the disclaimer he said where he's only saying it once. You missed it. You have to go back and watch it.
No, he can retell it.
No, you literally missed. I literally did a fucking minute-and-a-half intro because I knew you'd be pissed the fuck off. You missed on this.
You're gonna have to do it again.
So, anyways, what really happens is, you know, as soon as she gets done with her deer in the headlights of, oh shit, this fucking guy nearly ran me over with a cart.
Hello, Internet. How are y'all?
I would have just kept going. I wouldn't even let her stick to the deer in the headlights. I was just going, fuck it.
Well, she was nice looking, so I was like, all right, maybe I won't run her over. Since she asked me, oh, hey, sorry, I'm looking for this. She's like looking for fish and peanut butter and some weird shit, and I'm like, that aisle, the one over there, and there by the milk. It's like, oh, okay, thanks. And she like gets like a few feet away, and I go grab a thing of cereal, and she's like, oh, hey, did they got a nightclub over in that casino over there? And I like turn around, and I'm like, the thing you're gonna find there is a bunch of smelly old people and Chinese communists. And she's like, oh, I heard there's a giant nightclub in it and all this other crazy shit. And I'm like, what? Like, I had to sit there and I was thinking, is this woman fucking with me or something? And I literally wound up having like a debate with her for like 3 minutes because I'm like, you've got to be fucking with me. And like, I tell her about, you know, the place I go to, I tell you guys about. And then around the corner comes this creepy old Sheosaurus granny that looks like fucking a female version of George Soros.
Sheosaurus.
Yeah.
At least she didn't look like a communist sodomite.
So who was it that was in brassieres that was hot as fuck?
The girl he ended up going home with.
You're in trouble now.
Anyways, here's the funny thing. So this grandma.
Don't make her drive to you.
Well, she already missed
next week. I'm getting a Dodge Journey that will make it to your house.
Yeah,
about to go on a journey.
Yeah. You sure it's gonna escape all that hot lead? Do I need to remind you why you normally don't go past the 100?
I'd hit them all with the fucking car.
Speed bump.
Shit. Good luck, man, knowing how crazy these fuckers are getting over here on the side, man. Cause some of them are coming over from Hammond and some of the other shittier neighborhoods around there and fucking East Chicago and shit. So yeah. lots of fucking crack baby cross traffic. They might be crazy enough to just hang onto that fucking car and try and shoot you sideways.
And
Does
that's
that mean-
the tail.
Let me go get my truck and use them and hit them.
Yeah, that
I'd
would
love to-
probably be more effective because those fuckers would literally be clutching onto this thing, trying to hack off your catalytic converter, and then they'd realize, oh shit, there's too much baling wire and gum on this thing. I ain't getting fucking anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think they'd be able to hang on to my catalytic converter. That motherfucker gets hot. When I go through a puddle of water, it literally just goes and lets off a bunch of steam.
But Puddin', if you expect me to go back and watch the fucking stream so I can hear your little story, you're out of your fucking mind. I don't watch our own streams. You're gonna have to tell me.
I gave a disclaimer and you fucking missed it, and I'm telling this story purposely to fuck with you.
I wasn't here.
That sucks to be you.
And you're gonna get your dick bitten off, so I suggest you tell it.
I was telling it the whole time. You just didn't pay attention.
I wasn't here.
I'll give you the recap. He went home with these two blonde girls that picked him up from Walmart.
Oh, now he's specifically dead because I'll hit him with the van.
I'll lend you my truck, Tara.
No, I'd
Jump
rather
to
do it with the
conclusions.
dog.
They all went home and the three of them played Cards Against Humanity. What are you
No,
talking
I'd rather do it with the dog. So it's fucking full coverage, and I'll tell them he walked out in front of me.
I love you, Scoop.
It's
God.
easier to. Yeah, but my truck, no damage, so you won't have to replace anything. All you gotta
Again,
do is
full
wipe
coverage.
the
He
blood
walked
off.
out in front of me.
It's good that she's being jealous, Burnside. It shows you love.
Oh, I find it funny as fuck because I literally how much time did I spend on the fucking disclaimer on this one? Because I knew she'd do this exact
Probably.
thing.
Probably 60
Well,
seconds.
it would fucking help if I was actually here to hear it.
Well, you missed out.
You did. So I'm gonna wrap up the story. So
And
anyway,
you know, I'm probably
hit
gonna
stop
hear.
broadcast.
Oh, come on. Don't be like that.
So I'm
So
really
Granny-
I'm
so
not
Granny
fucking happy
Soros
right now. I
is
want to
coming.
hear what the fuck he's talking about.
I'm fucking with you. He didn't go home with two girls or nothing. I was just screwing around with you. It was a bunch of friggin' Peckerwoods showed up at the Walmart because they were going to the Indian casino. That's all. That's all we were talking about, Indian casinos.
Yeah,
Which should be banned.
Yeah.
yeah. With all the retarded edition of all the bullshit. Yeah, I'd like for that casino and all the other ones to not fucking exist.
There should
You know-
only be casinos in 3 places in the United States: Las Vegas, Atlantic City, and fucking Miami. The rest of it, no. No.
Yeah,
Those might
exactly.
be too much, man. Fuck it.
No.
Leave it in the middle of the Sahara fucking desert. Call it a day. There's all your casinos. If you can live to spend all your money, have fun.
No,
There
because
you go.
I'm sick and tired of every time I have to drive through fucking Oklahoma, seeing that god awful fucking jack off fucking
Oh, I
eyesore
know,
with
right?
a wind farm.
You go up I-35, and as soon as you cross the fucking border, there's this god-awful casino to your right when you're going north. And then when you're coming back in, oh, look, it's there again to your fucking left.
But you
I'm
know,
just
you can see
tired
that.
of all these fucking
see-
creepy old people and shit that literally go on this giant fucking bus tour to come to the shithole that I live into to go next door to the fucking Horseshoe Casino that isn't even a nice looking fucking casino and their buffet sucks. And literally, they're like, all right, we're going to take a day and a year and glorify this piece of shit by the docks that's somehow a fucking casino and it's just an extravagant POS boat. And then
Okay.
we're going to piss off everybody in Walmart and bring our grandchildren around so they can tell us where the shit's at and how to get to all this shit.
You
See?
see,
I know
Oh,
what the way this
casino?
looks.
this casino, you could see it from space. It's that god-awful lit up.
Well, no, you can't see it quite from space, but you can see it from takeoff at Ironhead at night once you hit about 5,000 feet over Lake Louisville.
Wow.
Oh, I know.
Jeez.
But if they added you know, few more lights, you could see this motherfucker from space if the entire power grid went down. You know, and that's the only thing that was running. God.
Oh, dude, I swear they do the same thing with the horseshoe.
And in all honesty, the thing is the reason they have it is people are like, oh, we need to feel sorry for the Native Americans. No, fuck you. They failed to secure their borders. They deserve to have nothing. No, I'm gonna strip them of their tribal status, make them follow U.S. laws, make them pay taxes like the rest of us. If I have to pay taxes, they should too. Make them pay the same tax on cigarettes and booze as the rest of us, because God knows they don't need cheap cigarettes and booze. And you can't go on the reservation. It's No. Law enforcement should be able to go on, drag 50 of the fuckers out at any given time, make them kneel, and shoot them in the back of the head, because they're all garbage people anyway.
In other words, your entire argument is what I've been saying all along.
Yeah, they're alcoholics. They're drunks, and they blame white people for everything when it's their own fucking tribal elders ripping them the fuck off.
Exactly. Your entire argument is what I've been saying all along. Bite me, assholes.
Shit. You want to know the funny thing is the horseshoe? They kind of use the same argument, except it's, feel bad for the old people and all this other shit. And I'm like, I'm not feeling bad for them. They're not coming from the old people's place off of fucking Avenue O, so why would I give them? People live there to steer clear of the thing because, they're all fuckos.
No, the thing is,
retarded tourists.
Here's the thing. They take people are like, well, we should go there. I mean, their casinos are not Vegas, first of all. Shows aren't Vegas. It's like, look, you don't get to go see Penn and Teller or fucking a white tiger eat a guy.
Yeah, I wish they did cool shit like that.
What, fed German magicians to white tigers? Yeah, so do I.
Oh, I'd laugh my ass off. I mean, dude, I'd be the first to go up there because I'd wrestle that fucking thing, or I'd somehow tame it. Because I've got this magical thing with animals. Like,
I just shoot it and turn it into a fucking rug.
Oh hell yeah! Just give me the teeth. I want the teeth.
No, but the whole thing is you hear this shit from these things. Well, we would rather go to Indian casino because we're for Native Americans. It's payback. It's reparation. No, fuck you. They didn't build a wall. That's their problem. They didn't build a fucking wall to protect their own land. They had no concept. First of all, they were busy killing each other. They couldn't even unite together when they outnumbered everybody and push back. No, they were too busy fighting each other. And ooh, look, here's some beads. Let's look. We want to buy this island. Here's some beads and a bad bottle of rum. Thank you. You just sold us New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hell, even when we got to Chicago, we had a better fucking fight with the natives. Like, we used to have, like,
and all those other guys, yeah.
Yeah, we had, like, 3 tribes around Michigan. Basically, we played 2 off against each other, and the last one that was there was actually relatively intelligent. And they didn't do a good enough job at the Battle of Fort Dearborn, lost, and we said, all right, get the fuck out of here. We're taking the whole rest of Chicago. Here's for your troubles. Now get the fuck out of Chicago. And that was it.
The Manhattan Indians sold Manhattan Island for $24.
Dumbasses. They're lost. Yeah. Oh, Christ.
$24. Amazing.
That's funny. So should I finish telling this tale to Tara to make her more grumpy?
Tara, you there?
I don't want to push that.
So Granny Soros is coming around the corner, and she just she's speaking something or other, like a foreign language or something, and she's just Regina. She's like, oh grandma, he's saying it over there, and I'm like, oh fuck, So then literally, this granny winds up giving me like this evil fucking death glare, She's like, "Oh, you talked to my granddaughter," and stuff. And I'm just like before I can even say, "Well, I could have just ran the bitch over," but I mean, she's got a nice rack. You know, she runs off with her grandmother and that, and she goes, "All right, I'll take you to the casino," and stuff, and that, and it's basically the fucking end of it, you know, because I literally spent, I almost ran her over. I spent like 3 minutes debating because she's like telling me like how grand and awesome the horseshoe next door is, and I'm like, their buffet sucks. There's no dance floor thing like they're telling, and you know, it's basically smelly old people and stuff like this poor hottie wound up having her grandmother sell her a song just so she could go and help her get into the fucking casino and get parking and all this stupid shit because, you know, she's on crutches and all this crap, you know. So she basically conned her granddaughter and that. And when she found out, and then her grandmother comes around the corner before I can even say anything else. As far as to, well, if you wanted to actually go someplace that's got a dance floor, you've got exit and all the other places. And she, the third world country language and shit. And so, yes, grandmama.
They came there to pull the fucking slot levers. Fucking old people. It's like, dude, stop spending your money. Your grandkids need that shit. Because it's not like the are going to go get a job.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
What's your job? You know, I actually had somebody who was in a fucking coffee shop today. It was a millennial. God, I hate those fucking pieces of shit. What's your job? I'm a blogger. That's not a fucking job. That's a goddamn hobby.
Exactly. How's being a blogger a job?
Yeah, like
you get paid for it. Well, I get all of this free stuff for them to try. Okay, so you get some swag, and I only have to work like 2 hours a day. Isn't that great? I'm like,
no.
How old are you? I'm 27, and I still. Well, where do you live? I live at home with my parents.
Wow.
Yeah, you see, I hated that shit. I hated, you know, like I'm glad I'm like the one guy in that age group that was like, yeah, I've been here past 24. Fuck no, I need a better job to get the fuck out of here.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. They're like, well, fair. Oh, but you know, I'm so socially aware, and I think we should seize property from people and redistribute it to the homeless. And I'm like, you ain't taking my fucking property. You're not taking not taking any of my property, and you can go fuck yourself. And
yeah, I got a little something they can redistribute.
Yeah, seize property. How about the first property they seize is the house you're living in?
Oh, and then it'll be really funny when their parents
beat the shit out of them,
evict them. Like what happened to that one millennial fucking chum bucket. You know? Oh,
didn't he live out here by me?
I think so. But they're like, oh no, we don't need
money or capitalism or employment.
We need to do a job that we like, but we don't need to do a job that
Come on, give me something to work with here so I can finish your sentence.
We need a job that we love to do, not one that not one that's actually important, or we can get money for.
Man, my first job was flipping burgers, and I hated it. Get a fucking job and look for a better one while you're working.
They're
like, exactly.
No. I have a degree. I demand $60,000 a year. I'm like, just because you have a degree doesn't mean you get to have $60,000 a year, because guess what? They're probably more qualified. $60,000 a year for a person with a liberal arts degree, that's the end salary, not the beginning.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got
the salary.
Yeah, I got a fucking degree story for you on that shit, man. Fuck,
I personally never flipped burgers. I hauled fish at the fish market when I was a teenager. I get up before school. I take the train into Freeport. I go up to the Nautical Mile to Two Cousins Fish Market, and I'd unload the boats. Some of those boats had 100-pound boxes of cod. So it was usually you and one other guy, and they tended to be Mexicans, and they tended to be like really short. So I usually wound up carrying the heavy end of it. And I showed Burnside the trick I can do when we were in Chicago, that I can walk backwards in a straight line. the reason that I can do that, like heel toe in a straight line backwards without looking, I learned how to do that from walking in between the boats. Because if you slip and fall, you get crushed to death between the boat and the pier.
Exactly.
So you have to learn how to do that. That was when I was like 14.
It was when we were in DC, and it was one of the points when we were passing the fucking Exorcist house.
Yeah, that's it. Why I say Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did.
It's from the head injury. Sorry. Thank you for paying attention, Tara. So
if I was here, I would have paid attention, and I would have already been cussing Burnside out.
Well, I told you what happened. The girls came over, they flashed him. He took pictures with them. They exchanged phone numbers. They stuck their tongues in his ear, and then, they went out and had a sandwich. That's what you missed. So.
Good. You have phone numbers. I can get addresses.
No, they took his. They're going to call him.
No, you said they exchanged phone numbers.
Yeah, the two girls. They were lesbians.
That means I can get addresses.
Busted.
Oh no. God, this is fun.
I get to go on a killing spree, Mr. B.
All right, cool. Can you start with Granny Soros, please? That speaks third world languages.
I'm going to start with the sluts.
All right. Then can you please go to Granny Soros? Hey, by all means, if you want to take out their grandchildren, dude, you're saving me the fucking trouble, and I'll actually talk to the other room to see if we can get you a service medal of some kind or other, since it's the progressive thing to fucking. Because I mean, seriously, you'd be saving us at least 8 potholes a fucking tourist season. These fucking roots and old people are a great horseshoe casino. It's stuck together with duct tape compared to a regular fucking casino. You kidding me? It's a fucking boat connected to a convention center that got refurbed or some goofy shit like that.
I shit connected to a convention center.
That's basically what it is. That's basically what it is. It's like they got a parking lot, they got a regular building and shit, and then it's like boom, oh there's the casino, and I'm like,
okay, I would rather go into a casino that looks like a fucking boat than the one that's near Fort Sill, Oklahoma, that looks like a goddamn warehouse.
If I want to go on a boat, I'll go back to my old job I had on the docks for a season when they needed, and I'll go on the boats there. That way I'm on a regular fucking boat. I'm not even dealing with smelly old people and a bunch of 1984 slot machines that want my fucking money.
Yeah, that is probably rigged.
Oh, of course they're fucking rigged. You kidding me? If I sit there and I got, and I got 3 people trying to talk me into playing this thing, and I'm like, I don't want to fucking do it. I don't want to fucking do it. In order to change my mind, the thing suddenly decides I fucking win. Yeah, that's some fucking Alex Jones bullshit for you there. Oh, fuck all that shit. No, if I want to throw my money away, I'll do what most of these fucking guys my age do, and I'll get expensive video games and crazy shit like that, and I'll sit in my room.
If you want to blow all your money, you get me all those fucking Valentine's gifts I lent you. I fucking linked you to.
Oh, I'll take you out on a full date. Fuck that. I'll treat you well. If I got money to blow like that, I'll treat you well. That's why I said, like most of these kids these days, where it's like, all right, I got a whole bunch of money. Let me go gamble. Let me go to the butt rate dance, or at least spend $800 on a game or some shit.
I don't know what it is with women and trinkets. Like, my wife asked me last year what I wanted for my birthday, and I told her straight up, 5 pounds of Polish smoked bacon.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Oh,
that sounds real good.
Yeah. I'm saying I'm an easy sell. Like, seriously, I'm not going to let her buy clothes for me because, the shit that she'll get me dressed in, I'll wind up getting the shit beat out of me. I try to go to a bar. So, she can't buy me clothes. She doesn't even, she asked me, she's like, what type of music do you listen to? I look at her, I'm like, we've been together 17 years. She's like, yeah, but I usually just tune it out whenever you put on the radio. I said, okay. So.
Oh, that's cruel and unusual.
Yeah, so she knows, like, if she's going to buy me anything, she just says, what do you want to eat? I'm an easy sell, seriously. You don't got to get me anything material. You buy me something material, you either wind up throwing it out or you got to find somewhere to store it.
If anything, I'd probably just send you a $20 or $50 racetrack card. That's what I do. It's like, oh, I don't know what to get them. Racetrack card.
Nope, I know exactly what to get him. Homemade jambalaya.
Yes.
Oh, that was good. That was fucking amazing. What I would get him is I'd actually get him a comic book, but I'd get him a very specific one. I would either get you a copy of the Venom that I want to get from the Venom series, or I'd
Mhm.
possibly see if I get something Deadpool or Captain America that's not fucking communist.
That's cool. Appreciate that.
Not a problem,
I-
because I could go back to my old neighborhood and actually got a really nice comic book store there. And like us kids used to knife each other to death over the magic cards. That shit was like black market.
Yeah, I could never get into Magic cards. I think I told you when it first came out, we used to call it Dungeons and Dragons for retards. That's really what we, yeah, that's what we thought it was. Yeah, that's what we thought it was when it came out. We're like, wow, look at this. They had no books, no fucking no dice, just a deck of cards. Wow.
No. There can be dice. It depends on the card.
Right. Well, I'm saying this is like when it first came out. No one had played it yet when it came out. Like I'm saying, like when I walked up into. I'll never forget. I walked up into Bailey's Comics, and I looked down at the thing. I'm like, "Hey T, what the fuck is this?" He goes, "Oh, that's it's called Magic. It's this new game." I go, "What is it?" He said, "It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, but it's on playing cards." I go, "That's fucking blasphemous."
Heresy, purge it.
I look right at him. I'm like, "It'll never last. It's not even gonna take off."
Boy, were you wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You probably could have made yourself a couple of bucks by getting some of the magic cards. I
was
even
14
had a
at
couple.
the time.
Oh damn.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like at the time, I think I said it before. Part of the reason I didn't get involved in Magic, Magic. Unfortunately for me, Magic came out at the same time that the girls in my grade were developing breasts. So
Yeah, I remember that story.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good reason.
Yeah. Well, why am I gonna go? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna really want to go play with Magic cards. I don't think so. Hey Regina, how you doing? Seriously,
Yeah. Oh, funny. Funny but true, yeah. Fucking funny thing. 'Cause even some of the cards I've got, which aren't that old, even some people have been like ogled over them and shit. And it's funny as fuck because, like, literally, like, I thought it was just Mount Greenwood that had like some type of like Irish kid gang fucking type of Magic the Gathering Mafia or some shit like that because of how we were with it. Because at that age we were like, fuck Yu-Gi-Oh! And, because everyone's doing Yu-Gi-Oh! We're gonna do Magic the Gathering. Like literally each had like elemental gangs and shit or whatever. Because we were fucking kids, we didn't have any fucking. And everyone was trying to get the corner on each other.
I personally like the concept of Magic. Don't get me wrong. I think it's cool as hell. It was unfortunate because it came out right at the time when things of that nature I was starting to move away from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because you want to be a manly man for the ladies.
Well, not even that I want to be a manly man for the ladies. It was just the fact of how the hell was I going to have the time? That was what it was. I didn't have the time. Yeah, I didn't have the time to commit. I didn't have the money to commit. Once I found out how they had it designed, where you just had to keep buying shit, nah, I don't. I still have the same D&D shit from the 80s.
Nice. That's cool stuff. Oh, speaking of D&D, I went to the Barnes & Nobles a few weeks ago, and they've got tons of books for D&D. They've got one.
It's not D&D. It's garbage. Everything post 2nd edition is garbage. Just get rid of it.
It is?
Yes, because they made it for stupid people.
Oh.
Give me a good Tom Clancy or Stephen King book any day.
Oh, they had a couple of those. What about Shadow?
Hey,
they had
man,
like one or two Shadowrun books.
I hate
now, mechanic, both of you, look at the screen. Check this out. The Poor Wizard's Almanac. It gets better. Poor Wizard's Almanac Volume 2. And Poor Wizard's Almanac Volume 3. Like I said, yeah, bro, I'm old school.
Yeah, anything with the D20 system is garbage.
Yeah, I'm second edition all day, bro. I don't even look at anything. If it has Wizards of the Coast on it, nah, I don't even look at it. TSR all day. Seriously.
And if my
All
players, if my players like race specific handbook isn't brown, and the DM ones aren't blue, don't talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've regrettably, despite my age, never actually been able to get a decent game going. Like I've always had tons of people try, but I guess it must be the millennial gap or something. But I mean, I swear to God, it's like the cursed fucking game of my generation. Everyone wants to play it, but nobody can actually get a campaign, let alone characters off the fucking ground or something.
Well, that's
Because
they
everybody
don't know
wants
how
to play
fucking
garbage
do it.
ass Fifth of Dead.
That's because
One at
kids.
a time.
Okay, y'all go first.
Sarah.
That's because the little bastards don't read the fucking books, even the ones after second edition, and they don't build the fucking characters right.
They don't have any imagination.
Right.
A lot of it has to do with the what you have to do is they don't build anything correctly. That's correct. Two, they every DM has a fucking god complex, and most DMs don't have the ability to go through an entire campaign, and so you're stuck with unplayable characters, which means that you then got to do is got to make new characters because you can't transfer characters, and another problem, another major issue is well, 5th edition has gotten way too PC for my taste because
I did hear that. I did hear that they were going to fuck the pooch on one of the newer editions. Thank you for warning.
They fucked the shit out of it. They made it so gender fluidity is a thing. They're like,
what?
so.
Yeah, you can literally have a transgender elf.
That's fucking stupid. If you want a transgender elf, just write something in where it's like, okay, you ran into something or other, now you're a dude for 3 turns or some shit.
I knew someone that made a transgender dwarf. Dwarves don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Christ.
Seriously.
Okay, well, let me spell out as far as the one thing I want to do as far as a character, because this is the one thing that I thought was cool out of whatever edition it was that I tried. I wanted to be a warlord, because there were 2 classes I liked that fit well together. I've always liked paladins, and I like the fact that the way they were doing the warlord was kind of like a mix of like kind of like the paladin and the bard. And since some of the magic-y stuff was kind of like a combat mage, they had like a combination of like the paladin with and a combat mage combined together for the
warlord. Is that what you said? Warlord?
Warlord, yeah.
It's like a combination of a paladin and a bard?
Yeah, it was like they mixed paladin, a bard, and a mage together.
Bards are nowhere near like a fucking warlord. Nowhere. You want to know why? A warlord's not going to sit there and sing to you to make you go to fucking sleep. He's not going to sit there and sing to you to make you take off your clothes and give them to you.
Only
That's how a bard works.
Okay. Well, from
I play bards all the time.
Okay. Well, basically, the thing I wanted to do was why I liked the Warlord is because I had the base set of being a paladin without all the I can only do good shit and all this other, holier than thou crap, because that shit got annoying really fast.
Well, you could always play a chaotic neutral paladin to where you do whatever the fuck you want.
Are there paladins that can actually like give your other party members like buffs and stuff? Because that was the one thing. Oh well, fuck. Because I mean that was the thing that really sold it. It's like, okay, you can do you can use all the regular weapons a warrior can use, and you can do some of the stuff a mage can do, and you've got command abilities where you can buff debuff.
Just play a chaotic neutral fucking paladin and do whatever the fuck you want.
Lovely. Well, now I know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Fucking hell. All right.
Stevie, am I wrong?
Oh, you're not wrong at all.
Damn. Because I mean that was the one thing that I liked, because I was going through like whatever edition it was, and I was looking at all the different classes, and I was like, this is the only one I really like because it sings to my abilities. You know, because whenever I play a game, I pretty much try and put myself.
It sounds
in
like we're looking at 5th edition. They're the ones that I think added Warlord. Fuck Warlord. They're just adding classes because people were like, you need to add this class because I won't play unless I can play this. Well, play a fucking.
A lot of it, though, a lot of those are specializations in 5th edition. They're like a fighter can specialize into a battle master after a certain level. I mean, it's not like they're just adding. And trust me, it's just like the old Fighter's Handbook in 2nd edition, where you had a fighter, but it was like it had different specialized classes.
I never actually fully saw the complete 2nd edition handbook, the one that my ex had, got ripped in half. But I had the 4-page fucking 1st edition where pretty much on every page it says rules are at DM's discretion.
All right, but like I said, no. 2nd edition, you had your base handbook. Then you had a bunch of 2nd edition supplement manuals that were brown for players that helped them more specialize out their character, either by race or by class.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh hell! Speaking of Dungeons and Dragons and that, Scoop, how's the project you're working on coming across? Is that thing going together good?
I had hit you up earlier. I put a bunch of shit in my channel. I wanted you to take a look at it.
All right, I'll get it. I'll take a look at it after I get done with the show, because I didn't get to it earlier. I had to get a hold of Bobby and see what he was up to, and I wound up doing a little bit of last minute running around earlier, and just this weather's got to give, man. I swear it's trying to fucking kill me. I'd say if it was the Clintons, but I mean, sadly, I don't have that good of information on the Clintons. But I was thinking, because I was thinking of possibly getting, because I like how Inquisitor had his whole Dungeons and Dragons type of thing going on and shit. And I was thinking, either if we get a couple people together, maybe sit down and having a game or something, or if we could get enough to get your idea going or someone else's idea for a game going, try and do something like that, because I'd like to actually be able to sit down and play, and apparently, none of the other regular people I know do it with. And if most of the version I would be playing with them are going to want to be communist propaganda, no, fuck that.
You want to play a game that badly? I'll tell you. Here's exactly what you do.
All right.
Go on Drive-Thru RPG, and go on 2nd edition.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to also go on Frog God Games. Because Frog God Games. What those two sites are, Drive-Thru RPG has PDFs for basically anything that was ever printed in regards to the 2nd edition D&D. And Frog God Games have all brand new original made for 2nd edition campaigns. So you basically go pick out a campaign that sounds like you would want to play it, download the PDF, and that's what you run. It's that simple.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's how you do it. It's really not that hard. And you know what? Grab a few that are interesting, look at the format, and you can start writing your own. That's how you DM. The way that you do your DMing is you read what people write, and you're like, this is bullshit. I can do better than this. And that's when you become a DM. It's really that easy.
Or get tired of fucking piece of shit DMs.
Yeah. If you want to actually, now I don't agree with the man's politics. That having been said, if you want to actually see how to run a good game, go on YouTube, look up Acquisitions Incorporated. The name of the Dungeon Master, he's a tall drink of water, good-looking guy, got a bald head. His name's Christopher Perkins. He's probably one of the best in the business. Watch him run it. Trust me, watch him DM a game. Now, the name of the group is Acquisitions Incorporated. They're actually, well, you're not going to know any of these people unless you're like a deep blue nerd. They're all like celebrities involved with gaming and RPGs. One of the people on Acquisitions Incorporated that they're going to have is Will Wheaton. If Will Wheaton is in the episode, don't watch that episode.
Oh, fuck you. Will
Okay.
Wheaton's not that bad.
No, Will Wheaton is an awful human being that deserves to be incinerated.
I was just going to say, actually, he derails the episode. I wasn't even talking his politics. I just meant he derails the episodes when he's in them.
He derailed fucking Next Generation. He deserves to die.
Oh, I forgot how
Lord.
much you hated Ensign Crusher.
I love that.
I mean, they even killed him off, but they saved him. Damn it.
Oh, poor Wesley.
I would rather
Uh.
watch a fucking game with Nog.
Yeah, I'll be
Lord.
honest, though. He did have a hot mom on that show.
Oh, yeah, really? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Nog's mom never wore any clothes.
Damn.
Nog was the ensign that was promoted to ensign from DS9, the first Ferengi in Starfleet.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember. I know who you're talking about. The no
So do
clothes
I.
is the dead giveaway. Ferengi women, the nudists, for people who were wondering what we're talking
No,
about.
they're not allowed to wear clothes.
Yeah, it's part of their faith.
It's their culture. Their
Yeah.
hyper capitalism.
Yeah.
Nice.
They're not allowed to
Uh.
earn profit either because they don't have the loaves for it.
Damn.
Yeah, Ferengi pretty much think of women as
Property.
Yeah, property. Back to all that.
What a beautiful civilization.
Our culture could learn so much from the Ferengi.
Seriously.
I mean, okay, when you think about it, when you think about like Star Trek and you're like, oh, Earth, da da da, you really think about it, the only culture that actually had the drive to get into space that would have been successful would have been the Ferengi because it was all about making more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It
why
was
the Ferengi
always
were always
about
my favorite
money.
race.
I
I like the Ferengi. I wasn't a big fan of what was it? There was the Kardashians. I always got a kick out of that's the aliens on that show. The Kardashians.
Because the actual
Kardashian.
Kardashians are real fucking aliens, I swear. It's fucking latex, fucking artificial
Well-
implant people.
They do make a good cause for actually having for the Armenian genocide. I will say that. Um,
Oh lord. Make it a good excuse for the side. That's funny. So what? Their president is Cenk Uygur from the Young Taliban. I mean, the Young Turks.
no. The Kardashians are from Armenia, and yes, or way back in the day. And I'm like, if the Armenian genocide hadn't come around, we would never have to listen to Kim Kardashian.
Interesting.
Although, since she had a conversation with President Trump about like reforming prisons and blah blah blah, liberals won't want to watch her show. So, go Kim.
Cool. She killed herself. Awesome.
I personally don't dislike Kim Kardashian. I feel a little bit bad for her that she's, addicted to social media the way she is. I mean, that's a pitiable existence. I mean, for a lot of these celebrities,
You're addicted to social media when your ass has its own Instagram account.
yeah,
Quite literally.
yeah,
Yeah. My whole thing against the Kardashians is simply that, okay, they're this giant fake royalty, aristocratic family of some kind or another.
My
and everyone worships
biggest problem with the Kardashians is they helped get OJ off of a murder beef that he deserved to be fucking serving.
Oh, I did forget about that. Yeah, that's a good point too.
That's what
My-
started. That's what started. That's how they were famous before the sex tape.
my biggest beef with them would probably be their influence on young girls, specifically because I have the same problem with the Kardashian sisters that I have with Nicki Minaj, and I have with that Ariana Grande, and I have with a lot of these millennials. And even though the Kardashians, I think, are closer to my age, I have a problem with all of these people that the way that they're acting, you know, because I hated that shit that they started in the '90s when they said I am not a role model. And my thing is, you know what? Fuck you. You're up there. Millions of kids are watching you. They're buying your shit. They're
You're
wearing your
supposed
clothes.
to be a role model.
Yeah, you are a role model.
Yeah,
you
that's
want
saying
the money.
pisses me off about these fuckers.
Yeah. Like, you know, I hate saying it, but part of the reason that these young girls are all such, you know, let me try to think of a scientific way to put it. Sperm burping cum dumpsters. Seriously.
Sluts.
Yeah.
Well, it's also the millennial thing of I can fuck who I want and don't have any consequences.
Yeah, and it's called being a sperm burping cum dumpster gutter slut.
Ever heard of STDs?
So I'm saying, and you know, somebody was talking to me about, you know, abortion, and they're like, well, what about the boy? I said, well, what about the boy? My thing is this: the girl's pregnant, the boy, you know, knocked her up. You grab the girl by her ear, you grab the boy by his ear, you drag the two of them the fuck up in front of whoever, be it the parents, the judge, the doctor who's got to do the shit or whatever. You know, really, these kids, they want to just sit there and they want to fucking kick up their heels and have a good time. They should really be taught with the consequences. Like, this is the thing.
Yep.
I have no problem with them. What they want to do this shit with abortion, fine. You want to sit there and kill these kids? You can't have an abortion without parental consent until after you're 26. Like, you know, like you can do it without parental consent after 26. They want to give these kids health insurance on their parents till they're 26. Yeah, mommy and daddy both have to sign on the fucking form.
Well, that'd be a problem for a lot of them because they don't know who the father is.
Yeah, exactly. There's that part. There's that part, is it? Part of it, and the other part of it is, how do I get to be where, you know what, if the lady's going to do it, that's fine. The father of the kid has to be notified and also has to give consent. Because, again, I want to drag these teenage boys in there, too. See, this is the thing. I'm not, like, choosing sides with the little boys or the little girls. I don't fucking like these kids because they're causing trouble. I want to ruin their fun and fucking... No. No more fun. Sorry, kids. Party's the fuck is over. Daddy's home. Get your shit. Pull your fucking pants up. Loop your belt. Come on. Time to... Enough playing. Get back to work. Enough of this shit.
I agree with that. That's the main thing that pisses me off, is it's become a debaucherous culture of psychotic worship and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I literally hate the fact that I feel like whenever I look at people that I share an age bracket with, I'm like, okay, I'm living in an Orwellian novel because these people are literally worshiping an oversized female basketball with computer parts attached to her and shit. And they're looking at a television set that's basically giving literal Alex Jones talking points like, you will blindly obey your government because we tell you, unless it's someone else, and destroy them all.
Yeah. Did I tell you this happened to me about a month ago? I had just completely, you know, I shaved. Like, just shaved, like 5 minutes before I went outside. So I go to get in the car. And there was a couple of girls walking home from school. High school girls. Walking past my house. And the one in the middle stops dead in her tracks and looks up at me and goes like this to her two girlfriends. Ooh, who is he? Does he go to school with us? He's hot. And the two girls are pushing her, and they're like, come on. Let's say the girl's name was Candace. Come on, Candace, just keep going. And she's like, no, I want to talk to him. And I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking this, I'm watching this as it unfolds, and they're still pushing this girl down the block, and she was getting, like, to the other house, and she's still, like, trying to come back, and I'm like, is she in fucking heat? Like, what the fuck is it with these kids?
I wish I knew, man. Because then I'd be like Red Foreman and my foot would be in their ass.
With women, literally the first 10 years after we hit puberty, yes, we are in fucking heat.
If this girl was 14, she was a day, you know? It was...
All the MSG, no joke. My goddaughter was fucking 8 years old and developing titties.
It's the hormones in the milk, too. No, it's the hormones in the milk, too. That's the problem. Like, you know, we were talking before about the gym when time was still on. You know, the gym I go to, like, I didn't realize this when I went, and I asked one of the people who worked there. I go, what the fuck is with this gym? And he goes, what do you mean? I said, is this gym full of like porn stars? He said, and he's like, oh, some of them are, but most of them are exotic dancers. I said, oh, that's nice. I said, you couldn't have told me that when I signed the fuck up here.
Good
I
Lord.
fucking hate strippers. From working with them for so many years doing security, I fucking hate strippers. You got no
They're
idea.
annoying.
Oh my fucking god. Cunt with all capital letters. Seriously.
Jeez.
Holy shit. Like, I did this one broad in the gym, and she's got an ass carved by the hand of God. And she's got this look on her face like every minute is torture. Like every minute that she's alive, she's in agony. I really want to say to her, nothing for nothing, honey. You got to have one of the most gorgeous figures I've ever seen, and you got such a beautiful face. Why the fuck do you look like your soul is on fire? Seriously, can you fucking smile? Jesus.
And she looks at you and goes, because my cunt's on fire.
I just don't. I look at strippers and I'm like, they're not people. Fuck them all. Don't care.
I told Burnside about this about like maybe 2-3 weeks ago. I actually fell asleep at one of the bars because I was sitting there. I was, designated driving, and the stripper came off of the table and like shook me awake and was angry because I was sleeping while she was dancing. And I looked at her, and they wanted me to leave because the bouncer's like, you shouldn't have said that to her. It's fucked up. I said, go scratch your ass. I'm the designated driver. If I go, I said, your entire bar closes. Who the fuck do you think is going to take all of them? But
Yeah.
So she comes up to me, and she's busting my balls. She's like, are you a faggot? I go, excuse me? She's like, there's two beautiful girls up here dancing balls naked, and you're sleeping at the bar. I'm asking, do you take it up the ass? So I got really angry that she was talking to me like this way. I said to her, hey, look, honey, I'm going to break it down for you. I said, what you're doing up there is not impressive to me. You've seen one, you've seen it all. I said, now, if you were going to do some magic tricks, I said, if, you're going to do something where you throw your knees next to your ears and she's going to fucking start pulling out fucking handkerchiefs, connected like one after the other. I said, yeah, then I'll watch. And that's when the bouncer's like, you got to leave for talking to her that way. I said, do me a favor, go watch the fucking car. I seriously, I mean, I'm not some incel. What the fuck do I care about a stripper? Again, if she's gonna cock over and like put her, her ankles next to her head, and next thing she's gonna start shooting out doves like, a fucking Vegas magician, then yeah, fuck yeah, I'll watch. I'll even throw you $1 on stage if you start doing shit like that.
Oh, coming to a stripper near you. Dove shows from below.
It's to me, it's like they're all meth heads, so I don't care.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's down by you, but up by me, they're all right off the boat. They're all Russian and Polish, and I tell my friends because a couple of my Scoop, we want to go to the titty bar. You feel like coming with? I'm like, the fuck do I want to go to some skin bar with all those Polish broads in there? You go and they come up to you and you want lap dance? Like, get the fuck out of here! Seriously.
I'm pretty sure that this. Pretty sure they're all on meth too, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no one does meth up here. There's I can't even think of any place around here where you can get meth. It's not a drug.
Cocaine.
Yeah, coke. Well, oh my god, the coke that these guys get, forget about it. Holy shit. Yeah, you're talking like, you got to realize something. Like when you watch movies like The Wolf of Wall Street, or you watch movies like Carlito's Way, whenever they're in the house, that's always a house out on Long Island. And these people get banging shit. Like I seen this guy once, and like everyone at the party is freaking the fuck out, and I'm like, all right, what the fuck is the big deal? They're like, he's got Peruvian blue fish scale. I go, okay. Peruvian blue fish scale is like the Dom Perignon of cocaine. It's the best shit you're ever gonna get. It actually looks like blue fish scales if you like held it under light. Yeah, like if you get it like on a magnifying, under a microscope and look at it, it looks like fish scale. The texture of it, the flakes, and it's got like a bluish tint to it. That's why it's called Peruvian blue. It's called Peruvian blue, and now you either get powder, flake, or scale. That's just the way that the shit cures. Fish scale is when it's almost like a pearlescent, like a wafer, that's the stuff that's the most money, because that's when it gets that sort of a texture. That's the shit that you want to snort, because the other shit has it's more detrimental side effects. If it's too flaky, that's the shit that'll make you bleed. If it's too powdery, that's the stuff that'll make you congested and give you the drips. That's why you want the scale.
Ugh. Damn.
Yeah, but of course, half of the people on the internet right now are like, "Oh no, Scooby's making that shit up." That's what he's saying is as fake as his accent.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyone who wants to check what I'm talking about, you can go look it up on like Dare on the drug enforcement shit. They're gonna tell you the same thing I just said. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, but
that's why I just stick to fucking moonshine and shit like that, because man.
No, but they don't do meth up here. Everyone's, like you said, they're all into coke. The big thing now, though, everyone's into heroin.
Oh, fuck that stuff. Heroin fucking destroys people. Heroin and that
bad. Over 50 people from it.
All that shit.
Over 50 people from that shit, man. It's no joke.
Yeah, fuck all that shit. That's fucking insane.
So we're at the 12:40. I'm starting to lose consciousness here, and I can tell we're starting to wind it down. You guys want to start going through the shills?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, Nana, you want to go first?
I don't really have anything to shill, but yeah, whatever.
All right, Burnside, you got anything?
Yes. Tomorrow and Sunday, between those 2 days, I should be wrapping up Chronicle 7 for Backline, and it'll be up on YouTube. I've had a little bit of trouble with BitChute, but as soon as I can figure the workaround for that, I'll have it on BitChute as well. And depending on how things go, we might wind up expanding this outwards into other projects in that, because hopefully tomorrow on my channel, when we do our regular Saturday night stream, if I can get Bobby on again, I'll see if he can show off some of the memes, because Lawrence and the guys wanted him to do a meme review for some of the memes they made about him. And I was contemplating doing a design contest for the Rizzo rants, which I'll go into more detail about that tomorrow. That was something the guys in the servers were working on. Other than that, since weather's trying to kill me, that's basically about it for the time being. Just look up either Burnside in Kekistan on YouTube, or The Burnside Film Project, or hopefully Bobby Rizzo will work, or John Pepe. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure out all this fucking typing bullshit. So when you put names, it goes to pages.
All right, very cool. Mechanic, you got anything to show?
Tonight.
All right. American Celt, you got anything to shill?
Nope.
All right. Tara, do you have anything to show?
Let's see. I'm Harrison. You can find me on pretty much any social media except for Facebook. It is Ambrosia Locke with an E. I made my parts of my first sewing video today.
Nice.
Yep, working on my friend's wedding dress.
Very cool.
It's going to take me a little bit to finish it. I've still got to work on the eagle video to try and fix it, because the beginning of what I have is all fucked up. Let's see. Oh, and Burnside's always in the doghouse. This time, bitches get killed. Night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you around.
Good night, all. Take care.